Hey everyone, Mark Divas here for some more Sunday Night Geekery. I got some special friends here. Let me turn on the camera here. So for the first time joining us tonight, we've got Arwen Avalon. So welcome, Arwen.
Hey y'all,
Great
thank
to
you
have
so
you.
much for having me.
Arwen.
And we've also got Maddie's daddy, aka Steve Mitchum. Welcome.
Greetings, everyone.
And good old Clobberin Times.
Yeah, whoa, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thank
you. So kind of turning this into a semi-regular Sunday night show, and no big topics tonight. Just thought I'd have a good old geek hangout, talk about what's happening, pop culture, wherever the chat takes us. So we're just before in the pre-show, we're talking about how great it is to hang out with everyone and how we've all met through the interwebs, but consider ourselves friends now, and it's been a big support for us in the past year, especially with the vid going and not being able to travel. And personally, I think it's helped a lot of people. So we're just talking about that. And so Steve, you were talking about if you want to echo those comments, I just kind of stopped you in the middle because I thought maybe people would want to hear that on the stream, but
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
Can I tell a Maddie story?
Sure, we'd love to hear Maddie's story. Yep.
Mike may have seen this on my Facebook page, but my daughter is 1, and she's very smart. I was feeding her, and her actually was wearing this T-shirt, and she kept reaching out and touching the star right here. And me, being a typical arrogant, dad, I was going, "That's a star." And then she would point across the room to the cupboards.
Nice.
And I'm like, "Oh, you like pointing at things?" And she pointed the star again. Then she pointed at the cupboard. In the cupboard on the far end of the kitchen is where I keep her little treats that are shaped like stars. So she was saying, no, get some of these. They're over there.
And I can eat them.
She can't say any words yet other than mommy and daddy. She's a smart little cookie. So.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah.
And her first words other than mommy and daddy, I was telling somebody a story in Chinese, and I said, Gao Shan Shan. And my daughter said, Gao Shan Shan. It's the first thing she ever said other than mommy and daddy.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait till she's old enough to tell her that story.
That's amazing.
That's great. That's so cute. Yeah.
So, okay, I'll stop being annoying dad now.
No, it's not annoying dad. Well, my daughter actually was, I'm going to say she was super smart as a youngin' too. And she's talking, but she was 14 months old and she couldn't walk. My wife is like, do you think something's wrong with her? I'm like, no, I don't think so, more. I think she's smart enough that she knows get mom and dad to carry me around a little bit more. But, she was like, practically, having the conversations with you at that age. She was so sharp at that young age. So I'm like, no. And girls walk later, I think too. But so
Maddie's not walking. Maddie didn't want to crawl for the longest time. She just refused to roll over and do tummy time. And then I finally got her doing it, and now I can't stop her.
Can't stop her. Yep.
She can't stand on her own, but she can pull herself up by something. So she pulled herself up on the arm of my chair and saw that it swiveled, and she started walking around the chair, swiveling me around.
Nice.
But the hard part. The hard part is she knows when she lets go, she's going to fall down. She can't stay.
Steve, was it you or Claude or Scott that back when Ashley was like 1 or so years old, used to all three of you kept trying to get her to pick on me and say,
"Oh yeah,
they tried to get her to mess with me."
Well, Clobby, I still remember your son when he was born. You would cover him up to here with a towel, and then you'd reach your finger up, and you would like have him. You'd be doing this, and ventriloquist dummying your son. Yeah.
Yep. I'd say something like, Scott, Claude, go screw yourself.
Hey, we can't repeat some of the things you said. Before we go on, before I forget, I have some ideas for shows maybe, because Clobby was saying sometimes that he has trouble thinking up ideas. And I was thinking maybe a top 10 countdown of sword and sorcery movies.
Well, that's a good one, yeah.
Ooh, that is a good one.
And I've got a feeling that Arwen would probably be, so, and you can include like Lord of the Rings or Dragon Slayer. I mean, there's
yes,
Beastmaster. I mean, there's so much to choose from.
Would Clash of the Titans count?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah, I guess, right?
Arwen,
sorry.
You should do that on your channel, Arwen. You're just starting out.
It's a good one, yeah.
Do you like those types of movies?
Yeah.
That's true. Oh yeah, I'm all about the fantasy. I love.
Oh yeah,
the fantasy.
well there you go.
What
One
was
of
the one with
my
Matthew
favorite
Brought? What was the
movies-
one with Matt?
Go
Matthew
ahead.
brought this Lady Hawk.
Oh
Lady
yeah.
Hawk,
Oh my
yeah.
God,
He
that's
read
such a
my
good
read my
movie.
mind. Yeah, I was thinking of an
Richard
old.
Donner directed that. I
Yep.
didn't like it that much, but yeah, it,
Oh
was,
wow.
it had Rutger Hauer and Michelle Pfeiffer and the great Leo McKern.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I
one
think-
of my what got the original Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got it.
With
I
the
need a Harryhausen.
Harryhausen
Yeah.
animation in it. Oh, to this
That's
day,
beautiful.
I love that movie. Love
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah. Actually, one of my choices, and I won't say what it is, would be from the 50s. So yeah, one of my top 10.
Some of those, the older movies, even though it's obvious that we've advanced in our technology and
Yeah.
and all that, they're amazing. And it for the time, that was the advanced movie.
Oh God, yeah, that was
But I know what it is.
Harryhausen. Was, yeah.
And they're
I
still
bet I
so
know what it
good.
is, Steve.
You probably do.
Okay.
Um,
But I won't say it.
I was actually reading. So Arnold Schwarzenegger's best friend, who passed away a few years ago, was an Italian bodybuilder named Franco Colombo, who at one point
Yeah.
was the strongest man in the world.
He was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got into it because it was really hot one day in Italy, and he was working in a factory, and the only place that had air conditioning was the movie theater. So he went in, and there was a Hercules movie playing, and that's what got him into it, because he said, I couldn't believe how strong this man was. He pushed down a whole temple. I realized that the temple was styrofoam. And,
Yeah.
so, but
Steve
that
Reeves,
was
huh?
Right.
that was the state of
Steve Reeves, yes.
Steve Reeves. Yep.
Well, I remember watching Pumping Iron, and there's a scene with Franco Colombo. I think they're trying to park somewhere.
Yeah.
And like there's a car in the way, and I think they like pick up the car or move the car to make a parking spot.
Yep.
So he was and then Stallone I think got hurt seriously training. Was it Colombo or
Colombo.
Swartz, when he ripped all the muscles in his chest?
It's packed,
I think because he was lifting way too much. You're competing with people,
Yep.
and you think and it's Stallone. I mean, God, massive guy in amazing shape. So and he, I guess he got serious. That was for Rocky IV training, I think that was, or something. It might have.
maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Before when he started getting really big. But Stallone is still incredible. I mean, he's in his 70s now. He does like pull-ups and then pushes himself till his arms are straight, and then comes back and then comes down at that age.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
What I really like about him, number one, is he didn't, he had a stroke when he was a baby, which is why he talks like this, and but he didn't want to keep him down. And anytime, anywhere, anybody asks him to take a picture, he does it.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah. So so it seems like a good guy. So
Yeah, Chuck Dixon was on Loki's show just a few weeks ago. We were on there, and he's working on he's doing some comics for Stallone, and they talk all the time.
oh, that's cool.
He's a real nice dude. Yeah.
That's cool. I've met a lot of celebrities. Hail, Captain James T. Skywalker.
Hey,
Yeah, Captain.
I've met a lot of celebrities at cons, and Clobby's heard me say this, and some of them are great guys. Some of them are unexpectedly, like I did not expect Wallace Shawn or Meatloaf to be that friendly. They were great.
They're great. Yeah.
They were fantastic. But James Hong, who you guys might know as Lopan from Big Trouble, he was also in Seinfeld. All right, table of 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Fake Chinese accent, by the way. He's from Milwaukee. And I went up to him and I said, about how I loved all of his, shows, and I learned Chinese and I studied Kung Fu because of the old Kung Fu TV show that he was on. And he was just like, that's nice. Like buy something and get out of my way. So some people wrote Carl,
Urban.
thank you. Carl Urban, great to women, jerk to men.
I remember you
I can
talking
get
about
behind that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
I had
kidding.
the whole Thor regalia on. I was 25 pounds more of muscle than
You should have smited him.
I should have.
I probably thought you were copping his action. You said he
Yeah.
was nice to the women.
You were blocking him,
probably
yeah.
like move along, just move along.
But I'm Carl Urban. But he's
Yeah.
Thor, so you're too bad.
Yes.
Who's the guy? Aquaman. My brain's not working. tonight.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Momoa,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very, very nice guy. But he hit on a friend of mine and Clobby's.
Yes, he did.
And he's married.
And
I
he's
was
also
just
a
gonna
D-bag.
say, was this
Yeah.
before or after he was married? Because if he was
No,
married,
way
Yeah.
after. This was just a couple of years ago.
4
Ooh.
years ago. Yeah.
okay.
A con that we were all at in New Orleans, and he really says a lot of stupid crap on social media, though. So yes, he's kind of a jag-off.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was very, very nice and very friendly. And
He was drunk though. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
he
mean,
wanted to be he wanted to be a little bit too friendly with one of the your lady friends, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So another idea that I have, Clobby, maybe for one of your Wednesdays when nothing to do, was maybe I could share some of the. I keep pulling this thing out. Maybe I could show and tell some of the comics that I bought from you, both at Southland and at Megacity.
Okay, cool.
Remember that?
Yeah, I used to call it Mega City Comics. He's referring to my comic shop.
Megacity.
He would get something that he got on a regular basis. They always put Mega City together, and it was Megacity. And
Megacity.
irked him back in those days. Yeah. So
Yeah, them's were the days, partner.
Paid extra for that kind of printing, right?
yeah. I'm still geeking out that Arwen. I'll bring to that.
Arwen, you had you started the show, did you not?
It's water.
I'm sorry, what, Clobby?
Didn't you start your show already? You're doing the show now, and you're in channel, right?
On the 15th of September at 3.
I thought you did one already. You announced something today. That must have been on someone else's channel.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I was thinking on my own channel. Yes, I'm working with Firefly and Colin P. Smith on the Fan Fantasy Story Ideas channel. Yes, and today we interviewed Dadman Walking 55. He was on there.
Hey, Dadman, he's here.
Yeah, Dadman. Yep.
Dadman's the man.
And you got the link, Dadman, if you want to hop on too. But
so what'd you all do?
We basically just shoot the breeze.
kind of like us now, right? Yeah,
just
hung out.
You know, we talked about the things that influenced him as a kid, and and one question for him was, my big question was, of all the IPs that have been nerfed lately, which one, like if he could only choose to save one, which one would it be, and what would he do? What would he want to see done?
Well, that's
to
a good
save
question.
it?
Good question.
Yeah, and he chose Star Wars. That was his IP that he would love to see restored to its former glory. And it was a good show. We had fun. I mean, it went like that. I felt like it had been about 15, 20 minutes, and I think we went an hour and a half. I'm like, okay, so it's going to be like that. Okay.
Well, that's
what happens.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, that's great. What do you have planned for your show when you get started?
Well, Purple and I are going to be that's going to be the Wednesday afternoon show. And we're going to be talking pretty much about, well, whatever we want at this point. But I've got some ideas that I need to run some by her, so I don't want to say anything specific until she gives the okay or is comfortable. But we're going to start that on Wednesdays, again on the 15th at 3:00 Eastern. And then once I kind of get used to using StreamYards and I feel comfortable, then I'll start doing my own stream as well.
That's fantastic.
That's
cool. And we love Purple, so that's what a great combo there.
She's amazing. She's
great,
really amazing. So it's going to be pink and purple in the afternoon.
That's fantastic.
Hey, Janet from another planet, welcome.
That's perfect.
You will get some viewers. I'm going to just go out on a limb.
I hope so.
Janet from another planet.
Janet.
Hey, Janet.
Hey, Janet.
Y'all seen her beadwork that she does?
It's amazing. Oh, incredible.
Oh my gosh.
No, I have not.
Doomcock just retweet. See, Steve, you should get on Twitter. I know people don't like it, but you just, even if you don't post anything, just to follow everyone and see what's happening. So Doomcock just tweeted out what beautiful work that Janet did, beadwork of Doomcock. And I don't know how people figure that out, where they actually, all the color variations and make it look like a painting or a portrait. Really beautiful work. Yep.
It is. It's gorgeous.
Apollome's Minion does. I'm not sure what the term for it is, but it's some sort of like diamond shaped things she sews in the cloth.
Beads or something. Yeah, she made me one. She's going to be sending to me. Did you see it?
It's beautiful. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen her.
She showed me a picture. She's going to be sending it soon, but she showed me the pictures.
Yeah, she posted on Instagram, and it is beautiful. Hey, there's Jed.
Oh, and I just want to let y'all know, if you hear any purring, it's not me. It's my cat on my lap. And he keeps nuzzling the microphone. So.
Sure it is.
That's okay. Sound effects are good. We'll pretend it's a tribble. Yep.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I don't see any Jeds around here. So.
He's watching CM Punk right now, I guess. Then
Somebody,
AEW.
pop culture archivists, right?
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
He's probably stalking
He's
us.
teasing
Never
Jed.
heard
Yeah.
I don't know, but he says here he'll be over Mark. Wow, Mark, he's over you, dude.
Oh well.
Oh, Yvonne Craig.
Nothing lasts forever. What about her?
That's who. Captain James T. Skywalker.
Oh, Yvonne Craig.
Yeah.
E. Craig. Yep. Julie Newmar. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Starts with a Y though. Yvonne.
He goes for the ladies.
Yep. She
And
was
good calls.
great in the green, and she was also in Star Trek, of course. We can't forget. As
Whom Gods destroy.
That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
Classic dance. Yep.
Orion Slave Girl.
Yep.
And we found out later in Enterprise that the women were in charge the whole time.
As they should be.
Spoiler alert, right? Yeah. And as they are now, right? As we joke, yeah.
I once got into a discussion with my ex-wife about who had all the power in the world, and I said, "Let me just paint you a picture: free drinks, free dinner, speeding ticket. What's that?"
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nice place you have here, Mr. Pike.
Yeah.
When you say it was worth a man's soul. Star Trek quotes, folks. Steve and I throw many quotes at each other, like at random. So it's just
Yep. Old friends do that all the time. Yeah, because we're
joking.
Yeah.
Well,
Steve,
thank you very much, Mike. Yeah.
I thought you were Frank's back.
We better stop, otherwise we'll be annoying people for the rest. And I'll start saying things like, "I am serious," and "Don't call me Shirley."
Look at me. Basically, it's Star Trek, Superman, and MASH, but many others. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've been slaked. Yeah.
I thought you were Frank's bag.
Yeah, Julie Newmar. Yeah. Julie Newmar was on Trek. That's right. McCoy.
Yeah.
I sent Clobby a text after my daughter was born, and I said I'd named my girl Leonard James Akar.
Child's name. I think you could have both been separately pleased with yourself for at least a month, sir.
Yeah.
Coochie 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 coo, Steve.
That's hysterical.
Consult linguistics. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Star Trek, my family, my kids and I figured out our family dynamic, and I figured y'all would understand completely. I'm Kirk, my daughter's Bones, and my son is Spock. That's our family dynamic around this house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that should work well, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if I want Kirk to be that pretty. Sorry.
Well, William Shatner
Turnabout intruder.
William Shatner was kind of pretty back in the day.
He was, wasn't he?
Not to me, though.
He had his dishy moments, I have to say. But just the way our personalities operate, and we filter things and we relate to each other. Because I'm constantly, my son's almost 22 and my daughter turned 19. And they're still getting into spats, and they're still coming to me with, "Moms, he did this," or "Mom, she did that." And I'm just like, y'all are old enough to handle this by yourself.
So they are Spock and McCoy. They fight like Spock and McCoy.
Yeah, so that's my son was like, "Well, this is who we are." And I said, "That is brilliant." I said, "Oh my God, I got to tell Clobby that.
You green-blooded inhuman.
Well, he's very, very logical. He's very dry. He's very to the point. He's very blunt. He'll tell you, if you ask him a question, like if he ever gets married and she says, "Honey, does this make my butt look big?" And it really does make her butt look big. Not being hurtful, but he will say, "Yes, it does."
Wrong answer.
Right. But that's how he is so literal and he is so logical. And my daughter is, she's just opposite. She's like, "I don't get the way your brain works. I don't understand you." And then there's me in the middle, and I'm like trying to, so
the Trinity. There you go.
By the way, if a woman asks if her butt looks big, this is not the time to go for a laugh.
No.
Yes.
No.
I once said, no, honey, vision does. And I'm still can't
It's
move this
still
arm
hurt.
right. 5 years later. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
you look
still
better with my
hurts,
glasses, sir. Yeah,
I'm
watch
going
it.
to excuse myself for a couple of minutes because Maddie is calling. So
go.
I'm
Wow,
gonna go
she's
say
using a
good
phone
night.
already? Wow, that's amazing,
Smart.
Steve.
I told you
She's
she
a-
was smart. Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
using a
her own
communicator.
She does sign milk when she's hungry, which I love. I'm trying to teach her change now, so when she needs to be changed. But let me talk to Maddie for a few minutes, and you guys carry on without me.
Indeed.
We'll do.
Okay.
We'll wait for you to be back. Yep.
You need to play the
She's
neat
so
stuff.
cute. Look at that picture. She's just adorable.
So cute. Yeah.
Sometimes
that's
I miss
adorable.
mine being that little. And
It was
I
a
can't
nice
remember
time. Yeah.
I can't remember that far back. I don't feel too bad. Mine are 34 and 32. So
Oh. Well,
You and,
and then
Mark have the same age.
I'll want to do a live stream and I'll realize they're hungry. Well, now they can make themselves their own food. So I'm like, okay, you go right ahead.
there you go.
Help yourself. Yeah. Help yourself. Yeah.
You can make
Yeah,
a
it's-
sandwich.
But it's a totally different time. It's a cycle, right? So it goes through where, God, I just can't wait till the kids, get up on their own and do their own thing. And then, on the weekends, they would hop into your bed or whatever and hang out with you. And then it's like one day that stops, there's no like timeline, but and sometimes, you get, oh, why are you waking me up at 6 a.m. on Saturday? But then those are fun times too. And then when they're gone, you miss them. So
Yeah.
be careful what you wish for sometimes. So, but yeah, it goes by fast. So my middle kid just left for college today. So yep.
Really?
So he's up in Hartford, up in the Hartford area, and I've got one up in Syracuse, New York. So he's up at SU, and then my oldest actually graduated from college to make me feel really old. So
Wow.
so it goes by quick. So
How old is he? How old is he?
my oldest is 21. And then my middle is
You're fine. You're good.
yeah,
You're
no,
not
fine.
old.
No, I'm not that. Yeah, so but it goes by like blink of an eye here.
Yeah, it
Yep.
really does.
Yeah,
My daughter's 34. My son is 32. So that
Yep.
is when you know you're old.
yeah.
It doesn't get worse.
Well, I used to tell
worse than that.
my mom always used to tell me when she was 29. I'm like, Mom, I'm in my 30s now. You can't keep telling people that you're 29. Yeah. Yeah. It's not gonna work. Yeah, as young as you look for your age, it's it ain't happening. Come on.
No.
But then the kids are a big help too. Like your kids always like I'm getting ready for the big pig roast this weekend. So my brother-in-law's helped doing a ton of work. But it's I'll have to I'll show a couple of the pictures. But it's a ton of work. So the kids are around. Then they like, can you do this, do that? And now they're gone. Now it's like, oh crud, I got to cut the lawn again and trim the hedges and do everything else. Yeah, take out the garbage. Yep. Yeah, I was showing the baking. Well, I'll show actually the what we call that the pig roast pictures up. I can let's see. I can show a couple of. Hopefully, it won't gross people out too much, but let's see if I got the.
More people really want to see the end result. But
Yeah, people usually want to see the end result. They don't want to.
I mean, we talking like full bore here with head and tail.
yes.
Yeah, you might want to.
you better not
eyes.
might want to look at this one.
Oh God, are you serious?
Yep,
No, you
no,
wanna
look.
see it? All right, well here
Go ahead.
I'll just show this picture with me. I'll show this picture here, share screen, and then you can close your. Yeah, we had one person today at was getting ready for the pig roast, and they're like, well, I can't look at the pig because I might faint.
Oh, I see piggy feet.
Just see the piggy feet there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, Clark, close your eyes. Yeah, if you don't want to see it. Yep.
Did you harvest
Oh,
the
my
piggy
goodness.
yourself?
Yeah. So you just go to the farm. You go to the farm, and they have the pig for you. Well, that's that's where how it's like,
That's
where do you get
Arnold
the
Zippo.
sausage? It's the way the world works, right? I mean,
Tell me when they're done.
Yeah, you can't get.
Oh my
I'll go
God.
back to me. That I'm less scary. Yeah, I'm less scary there. Hopefully, yep. You're good.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, you're good. Yep. Yeah, Janet. Yeah, I was posting that. Yeah. But it's it's like people. Then the people friends are like, well, I can't eat the pig. Like, what else can I eat? because they saw the pig, they wanted to eat it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you can have a hot dog. It's got everything in that you probably don't want to eat from a pig ground up, but, right? When you don't want to think about it. Yeah. So let me find the bacon goodies. Yeah, let me see if I had that. Yes, I was at the New York State Fair a couple weeks ago, up near Syracuse, dropping my son off. So of course we had to go to the fair, and all kinds of goodies and low calorie treats. Yeah. So
Fair food.
Yeah, I had fried ice cream for dinner. I was kind of a weakness of mine. Yeah.
Fried ice cream is amazing.
Oh God. So I was trying to explain to someone what's fried. They were asking like, what the heck is fried ice cream? I think Ash was asking, or like, what are you Americans cooking now? Like, let me grab one of the bacon. I've shown these before, but I'll just grab the bacon picture. Here we go. Here's this will get me more viewers once I show the bacon. Yeah. So can never have too much bacon, right?
What is
oh my goodness.
Bacon wrapped chicken, bacon on a stick, bacon corn dogs.
Yeah.
Good grief.
And then they have chocolate bacon. Deep fried chocolate bacon.
No, I have to look too far.
Oh.
That's a little bit too far, but
the missus would not. I'm like, I have to try the deep fried chocolate bacon. She's like, over my dead body or yours. Yeah.
Bacon. Oh, I thought it said bacon wrapped bacon.
Yeah, bacon wrapped bacon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Bacon wrapped chicken is great, though.
It's got to be great, right? I mean, everything with
I bet that is good. Bacon wrapped chicken does sound really
I've
good.
had that at Texas de Brazil. That's great.
Yeah. I love the signs and everything, all the graphics, and yeah, it's great stuff. Here is the missus with my son. Yeah. Now, where is some more bacon? Oh, then I showed you this club, right? They've got the Enterprise.
Yeah.
There's an Enterprise ride, and they had I don't know how they painted the Enterprise with the astronaut. I guess.
At least it's the real deal, right?
Yeah, that is the real deal. Yeah. I didn't have, Janet, they did have deep fried Twinkies there, but I only had a few things. I had, I'm sure if let me go back here, I'll find
the other ship. But I would love other ship, dude. Come on.
Yeah, right.
I'd eat a deep fried Twinkie before chocolate covered bacon. Definitely.
And then they had rolled ice cream.
Oh my God.
So you roll up the ice cream and then they flatten it out.
Oh, that looks so good. I don't even like ice cream that much, and that looks delicious.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, where's the? Here we go. Oreo cookies.
There we go. There's my shop.
Zeppeli's, yeah, Zeppeli's or.
Yum.
Oh my. Oh my.
What?
Oh my.
Oh, Captain Skywalker's getting to go out for dinner, I guess. Delayed birthday.
Yeah,
steak and baked potatoes. Is that because I'm assuming because you can't get out because of the vid stuff, or?
Oh, where are you going? The Golden Corral? Just kidding, dude. They probably don't have those.
Oh, steak and baked potatoes sounds good.
And then how about these wine slushies? That's why I took the picture. You got to get.
Oh, yum!
A wine slushy, right?
Yes. There we go.
Can't go wrong with that, right?
You cannot. That's right.
And I love hard cider, so here we go. Bombshell hard cider.
I mean, I don't drink that much. I think I drink like, Christmas and New Year's. I mean, that's it. But I like whatever I drink has to be really sweet and not taste alcoholic.
So you probably like something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this is deep fried Oreos. I love fried Oreos. My mom.
Go.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, my mom's side of the family is Italian, so we'd always have pizza frite. Grandma would make bread, and she you'd have pizza frite. So, we had too was she would have leftover pasta, so you'd have fried pasta for breakfast sometimes. She'd fry it up.
Oh, yum! That actually.
Yeah, it's actually good if you ever try to fry leftover pasta. It's or spaghetti. It's actually not bad. Yep. So here we go. Yeah, here's all the deep fried Oreos. I know they had. There you go, Janet. Deep fried Twinkies. Yep.
Do they have fried Reese's peanut butter cups?
I guess. Yeah, I didn't try it. So
You think that would melt?
Wooden one? Yes. Yeah.
I guess they cook it so quickly. Maybe
that.
I think that's what they do. So they cook it. And this is for Raquel to see the heroes of the gyro. I guess it's hero, not gyro. I don't know.
Gyros.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. Yep. Roasted corn.
Roasted
Yeah. So hopefully I'm making
yes.
people hungry out there. Yep.
Oh man.
That's good. This is like the land of delicious but little nutritional value food.
Yeah.
You're killing me.
Yeah. So what I have? I had a pizza frite, and then I had what else did I eat there? Then I had the deep fried ice cream, and I had chicken fingers. That was healthy. And then I had the rolled ice cream. And
Beer,
then
cheese and bacon style French fries. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a pizza frite. Yeah.
Chicken frite? What the hell?
Pizza frite. That's the Italian. What you say we call it pizza frite. Yeah. Yeah. Beer, cheese, and bacon style. And the best were like the best were they had the they had gourmet tater tots as opposed to regular tater tots.
Yum.
Those the frozen ones.
Yeah, wrap it up, Philly wrap.
Meltdown. Wow.
Oh, that
Grilled
looks
cheese
so
sandwich,
good.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, those are all so good. Yeah, you can only eat so much, but yeah, it's like why would you want to have just pizza? Yeah.
It's too much to choose from. You get a pizza anyway. Some of those other weird ones. So yeah.
Yeah.
Funnel cakes. Oh.
I can only imagine the kids there with their parents, like, "Mommy, I want some more. I want this. I want that." Yeah.
I can't
Imagine
believe
the sugar high those kids would have.
Yeah.
Golly.
Fried dough, man. What in the hell?
That's what a benet is, basically, Clobby. It's, fried dough.
Eric Abe ordered him some beignet mix from Cafe de Mon and made some.
Yeah, it looked good. Yeah.
Put some powdered sugar on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
You're muted,
Steve. Oh, can we hear Steve? Yep.
Sorry
There we
about that. I think I have to click everything twice on this Fred Flintstone computer of mine. I have to wake up the hamster getting back on his wheel.
Yeah,
it sticks its head out and says, "Oh, well, it's a living."
What are we looking at?
Well, I was at the New York State Fair, and I think I'd shown these pictures a couple weeks ago. And I don't know if I showed it on my stream or maybe it was Nick Weiser's to get Nick Weiser hungry. And we just started talking about food somehow. So I said, or someone mentioned, Janet mentioned a deep fried Twinkie. So,
Twinkie.
And these are all on your training regimen for the gym, I guess, right? The cotton candy is a good pump you up.
Good source of protein.
Yeah, source of protein, right? Yeah. Steve's like, yeah. No.
Candy apples. Well, every Halloween I make the caramel apples, but the trick is to use the green apples. Because to me, if you use the red with the caramel, it's too sweet. But if you use the green, it's just tart enough that the caramel's sweet, and then you have the tart of the green. Really good.
To try that, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to bring a caramel apple back, but I was a little bit more responsible. Yeah,
you wouldn't have made it back.
You wouldn't have made it back. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that one of my good buddies, Vinny, we worked out almost every day, and he worked at Friendly's. So it was my birthday. So they have those 6-gallon tubs of ice cream or whatever they have at Friendly's. A couple of them fell off the truck accidentally. And ended up at my house for a birthday party. And of course, you've got like 12 gallons of ice cream. So, we always I call it the Italian freezers. We had the Italian freezer in the basement. So we had the ice cream was just down there for like the whole summer. So we were working out, and he'd call out. He's like, "All right, ice cream break." We'd all just get spoons. Of course, this is when we're 18 years old, tip top shape. So like, okay, ice cream break in the middle of the workout for grab a few bites of ice cream was pretty funny. But yeah, those were the days. But that's what I was joking about. That is like workout food. It's like eating ice cream between bench presses. Yeah.
When you're in high school and college, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Have steak dinners at like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
with the full
didn't matter.
spread and not get heartburn, not feel sick, not gain weight. I mean, those were the days.
Yeah, my buddy, one of my buddies, he was 140 and he was trying to gain weight, and like for years he could never gain weight, and now he's like, he's still in good shape, but he's like, God, I really got to watch what I eat now. I can't, it's like you can't.
I have friends from high school who were rails, just like 6 feet tall, or 5'10" and 140 pounds, and now they're both a good, I'd say, 40 pounds overweight. It's all the belly. It's just life catches up with you. We're not chasing down the wild boar on the savannah anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
All the stuff they have at this fair, and they're still selling popcorn. I love popcorn, but it's popcorn. You can get it anywhere.
Yeah,
that's a boring one. Yeah, yeah, and you want popcorn? Yeah.
Have me some now, but I mean, man.
And this is for our wine lovers in the audience. Wine ice cream.
Ice cream. Oh my gosh.
Wine ice cream.
I'm dead.
And if you can't get too much butter, this is sponsored by the Darius. That's a cool butter sculpture.
Wow.
That's butter.
It's all butter, yeah. Made out of butter sculpture, yep.
Wow. No wonder we're so fat in this country.
God, no, why?
Even our art is made out of fat.
Even art is butter. Milk, yeah.
You know why we're fat in this country? Because we sit on the sofa and watch other guys playing poker on TV.
Yeah. But of course, like the French diet is a lot of butter and fatty foods, but of course they cook a lot of fresh vegetables and things, and the portions are so much smaller. So when you go to Europe, like when I was there, it's like we ordered, I said it before, like a soda. It's like, Dad, where's the rest of my soda? And it's like, no, this is what they serve you here. The portions are small portions, and like you can't get a hot beef sundae in France, I'm sure. Right?
Oh,
that's just rude.
That's like a bologna sundae, yeah.
Is that a cherry tomato?
It's gotta be a cherry tomato, right? Home of the hot beef sundae, right? 10 years. They've had it for 10 years.
I'm sorry. I just want to say happy belated birthday to Captain James T. Skywalker. It was 6 months ago. So
yes.
Yeah.
Indeed, happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm not good at math. That's why I went to art school, so we didn't have to do math.
Cubans have great food. They have awesome food. The Cuban people, Cuban sandwiches. Oh God, yep. Good thing I had a good dinner tonight. Yep.
Italian food in Italy.
Yep.
Italian food in Italy. Oh, it's just, especially in small town Italy, it's amazing.
It's great stuff. Yep. So here's how they're making the butter sculpture here. I guess they have a framework.
Sculptures life size?
They were pretty big. I mean, they were like 3/4. It looked like. I mean, there's the person and there's the kids. So, or I guess the kids are almost. Yeah, it was pretty. It's a lot of butter. Yeah, there are a lot of cows there. Yep. So
if you made some toast and you're just standing there, could you go get a little bit up on one of those statues and just put on your toe?
Give me some toast. Yeah, I need some butter. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Then all the cows were there.
Excuse me there. I just need a little bit. Oh.
Clobby, do you remember Chez Paris restaurant?
Oh yeah, you worked there as a youngster.
Yeah, I totally forgot about this, but I once did a white chocolate sculpture of the Great Seal of Louisiana, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's basically a pelican in a nest with her young pelicans.
Yeah,
and it's sculpted out of white chocolate. Yeah,
wow.
I totally forgot about that until I saw the butter.
Now that I could eat, definitely.
Yeah.
White chocolate's amazing.
Yeah, as the thing went by, it was for some thing at the governor's mansion, and then he brought it back to the restaurant, and it just like beaks slowly started disappearing and wings. It became kind of terrifying for the children.
But it
did. Somebody killed the birdies.
Oh no, yeah.
Well, before I started really portioning out my food and weighing on my food and doing everything just proportion size, I didn't realize, just from a personal level, how much I actually ate. Like what a portion really was, or what a serving size really was.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not. It's not the serving size they say on the packet. You look at it, it says, oh, only 250 calories turn over per 1/4
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah.
It's like my ranch dressing went from, what we think would take the bottle, we squirt it on to 2 little tablespoons or teaspoons, whatever it is. And I'm like, that's it.
That's all you get.
170 calories or whatever for this. Okay, I'll switch to Italian. I can get more, out of my Italian dressing.
Get some flavor there.
We Italians know how to cook.
Olive oil. The nectar of the gods, wine and olive oil, and garlic.
Yeah.
And garlic, So
I promised to make gach for Arwen, but it's really going to be spaghetti carbonara. But I make a killer
guy.
Vegas 22. I expect you to deliver.
I'm sorry.
I said Vegas 22 next year. I'm hoping to come up to Vegas for the convention, nice. So I want my gach.
Deal, you got it.
She's ordering a year ahead of time, so you got plenty of time to prep. Yeah,
it takes a long time to make the sauce.
You got to grow the gach. Yeah, you got to, and you got to. It's the best served live too. So
yes, those say extra wriggly.
Best served live.
Try some. Would you like to try some, Captain?
Was it hideous claw? And
that was one.
Blood pie.
Raw keg blood pie or some crap. Regget lung.
Yeah.
They did a great job with the food. That was like with all the tentacles. They obviously had squid and eel in one of the scenes. So.
That'd be a great idea for a business, like for a con to have a food booth and just sell things. Make cherry pie and call it roquette blood pie, or make spaghetti and call it gach.
Well, when they had the Star Trek experience at the Hilton, they did have Quark's bar there. They had I think they also had a 10-4. I'm trying to remember, but they did have some of the drinks. And God, did they have some of the food? I wonder we should Google the menu to see. But that was a lot of fun. So Mrs. D didn't want to go explore all that stuff, so she went on the ride there. The ride is pretty cool. Or you walk through and they transport you in, and the Romulans are attacking the Klingons. But then she's like, I don't want to hang out here and look at all this stuff. So she went, and she actually ended up winning like $1,000. So which is great. She put money in the slot.
Nice.
And then I got to hang out, and I bought a bunch of stuff, as they say, knickknacks, and hung out. We did hang out in Quark's bar for a while. Yep. But yeah, it was a cool. That went away, unfortunately. But that was a lot of fun. Have you guys been to that the Star Trek TNG at the Hilton when it was there?
I heard of it.
The only thing I've ever been to is I go to the Salt Lake Comic Con, which they recently had to change the name to Fan X because they got sued by San Diego Comic Con people. Yeah. And I was at Wizard World in New Orleans once with Clobby, and that's it. The Salt Lake Con is a lot of fun. One year there was a guy who made the little cantina alcove, and he dressed as Han. And he brought it there, and just so you could sit there and take a picture with him and shoot him or whatever. And he just did it on his own dime, didn't charge anybody. And they also have they have this 4-way thing, and each corner is a scene from Star Wars. So you can go into the garbage compactor, and it's got that bar that they are bracing up with. And you take and then they have like the Emperor's young Skywalker, his chair and whatever. So there's some cool things. When I did the Daredevil thing one year, I was this close to asking him if I could make just a bit of the hallway from that hallway fight scene.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah,
but I would have had to rent a truck to take it there, so I didn't do it.
I think Fan Expo bought out. I've heard they bought out Wizard. It's good because Wizard's terrible.
Might be something different. I don't know if these guys did, but they may have. They're making money
recently.
Fist.
I think Fan Expo bought them out because Wizard's really, really bad.
Well, this one's just called Fan X.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they did that to sound like Fan Expo. They're trying to get that name recognition. Or something.
Could be.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, so the Star Trek experience at the Hilton was pretty good. Yeah, so they did have some. I mean, of course, like you said, Steve, I think they gave him like different names. And that looks like it was ribs, but they called it different, different items, different things. Yeah, and they had, the drinks are really fun when they had those drinks. Yep. Here's Quark's. Yeah, so Janet said she loved Quark's bar. Yeah, Quark's bar and restaurant. So it was just a lot of fun to go to. Yeah.
Captain James T. Skywalker. I don't know where you are, but The Comic-Con in Salt Lake City is a lot of fun. It's big, but it's not, well, some people might call it too big. But it's like an exposition center, an expo center, and they have like 3 floors. And so like the main floor is, where you do the autographs and they have a big ballroom for the panels and stuff. And also then the comics and the shops and everything. Like on the second floor, they'll have some actress in some show that I don't watch did a Tai Chi and breakfast thing. So you cooked breakfast with this actress, and then y'all did not Tai Chi, yoga, which I think maybe they did the yoga. Hopefully they did the yoga before they ate. So if you ever get a chance to go to Salt Lake Comic-Con, they had things like how to sell your artwork if you're an artist, or what are the legal ramifications if you're, selling copyright, like you do paintings of Wonder Woman or something.
What happens? Yep.
Yeah. So the Salt Lake Comic, and they have a pirate ship for the kids. And they just can go in and climb, and it's like so they used to have professional wrestling, and you could go into the ring with the they're small time, not anybody big. But they stopped doing that, and they changed it to karaoke, like sci-fi themed karaoke. So Salt Lake Comic-Con Salt Lake Comic-Con
sounds great.
It's a lot and Salt Lake City is a really nice place too. So yeah, if you're in this half of the country, or you come next year, I don't know, around that time to Vegas, I highly recommend it.
Awesome.
Well, here's the commercial for. Let me put my overlay on. Not that it's a commercial. Shouldn't matter anyway. But
should be good with the commercial.
Commercial should be good.
The place isn't even in business anymore.
Oh, it's 997.
That's true, right? Yeah. So it should be okay. But I'll just put that.
Captain James T. Skywalker. They had that too. I took a picture on the bridge.
Well, you might be talking about those. There are 2 places that have
beginning summer.
Here we go. Yeah.
1897. You're invited to engage your senses, transport your spirit, and boldly go where no one has gone before. The 24th century is coming to the Las Vegas Hilton. In conjunction with Paramount Parks, construction has begun on the galaxy's most exciting destination. Star Trek, the experience. For the first time, you will actually be able to see, feel, touch, and live the 24th century world of Star Trek, the most popular space adventure ever created. Beaming aboard the bridge of the Enterprise, you'll embark on an adventure through space and through time. On board a Starfleet shuttlecraft, you'll become a part of the warp speed action. Your destination is the alien-built outpost Deep Space Nine. There, the fun continues on the promenade with the galaxy's finest dining, a universe of shopping for every taste, and your chance to enjoy tomorrow's most amazing games today. Make your plans to be among the first in the galaxy to beam up to 24th century adventure. Star Trek, the experience. Only at the Las Vegas Hilton. Stardate, summer 1997.
Wow.
Yeah. Wish I got to do it.
Go.
That's old now. Yep.
Yeah.
But you could tell they didn't even have the everything wasn't even designed there. They didn't have the pictures. So I'm trying to remember what when you went, but I think you walked onto the Enterprise bridge, the D, and then they had like everyone like transported. It was really cool the way they did it. But they had a recreation of the bridge. And you got to walk around on the bridge. So it was really as a Trek fan, it was really cool to like just be on that bridge. And you didn't get to sit on the. I guess you had to pay extra to sit on the seats. I didn't get to do that, but yeah, you could go, or you probably pay to get your picture taken. But it was just like being there. It was great. Yeah.
Janet went.
Yep. Janet had a good time there, right? Yep.
6 hours.
Yep. So the missus was playing slots. I was hanging out there after we had food and drinks. Yep.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'd love to go.
Lost opportunity. So. That's what if Star Trek unfortunately is not as popular anymore. So, that's, if it's super popular, you'd have a place like that, because they're going to want to make money, right? So if you could make money with something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it went down around 2010 or something like that. So it was in conjunction with the destruction of real Star Trek. They just died out because they killed all interest in the real deal, and started with this bad reboot filth by Abrams and all this crap. And not a coincidence, I don't think.
So it's not still up anymore?
No, it ended. It lasted 10 years. Yeah. Sorry.
Girl, you got me so happy for it. I'm like,
sorry. Oh no, sorry. Yeah.
Speaking of missed opportunities, has anybody ever heard about the Star Trek dentist?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I was Mike, I'm sorry, Clobby. Although it's by this time everybody knows your name anyway, I think.
Yeah, that's good. We're at Cheers.
It was down the street it was like a 15-minute walk, a 2-minute drive from when I lived in Florida when I was going to a 3D animation school. And we were driving past it one time, me and my friend Chris, because most nerds are named Chris. And I saw, he was driving, I was looking out the window and I saw this cardboard full-size Spock and I think Troy or somebody, I'm not really sure. I was like, hey, look at that. There's and he said, no, that's a famous, you haven't heard about that? And he said, yeah, it was everybody growing my hair out. It's just at that weird length where it's always in my eyes. And he said, like, people have to make their appointment like a year in advance, and they come from other countries and stuff. They get their teeth cleaned by the guy and the
Star Trek dentist.
Yeah, watch Trekkies. You can see it all about it in the documentary Trekkies by Denise Crosby.
Oh, really?
I probably forgot it then. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know I watched that, so I probably forgot.
And apparently, all the women dressed in the classic Trek short skirts and So, but I never went when I was down there.
Oh, that would have been cool. That might have made going to the dentist a little more palatable, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could have wore a T-shirt that said "No Kill I."
I'll be
No Kill I. I think I'll skip this, but I guess these are Star Trek, Starbase Dental. Yeah, right. Yeah, from the movie. Yeah, so he's got it.
What the Trekkies?
This is Denise Crosby there.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess Trekkie Dental. What's R2D2 doing there? Come on, really?
Have you seen Trekkies?
I have. It's probably been. I've seen it, but it was years and years ago. So I forgot that scene.
You talk about some weird stuff. I mean, look,
some weird, wild stuff.
The Spiner Femmes, this Brent Spiner fans, calling themselves Spiner Femmes. That segment of the of Trekkies will really freak you out.
I'll have to watch it again. It's been and wasn't there a sequel? Wasn't it there Trekkies 2 or something?
Yes. She was talking about a 3, but
didn't happen. Yeah.
Sorry, my headphones cut out for a minute there. I've been cursed with headphones for the past couple of days. I had one pair go out during karaoke, and then I borrowed another pair from my daughter, which lasted, and then that cut out like 15 minutes before I was supposed to go online, and then I had to get another pair, and now this one's hopefully something just pulled out. Maybe it'll be all right. Okay.
Oh, I forgot to click the share button again. Here we go. Rookie streamer mistake. Yeah, it's so frustrating when you don't have your headphones aren't working or something. Your mic cuts out, or your battery goes. They'll go back to the beginning.
I remember that lady, that crazy lady, Captain James C. Skywalker. Oh boy, the one who went to the white. She was a juror in the Whitewater case trial in Arizona.
In Arkansas.
Right. And she dressed up in her Star Trek uniform.
Yeah, that's right. She got kicked out. Didn't she get kicked off the jury? I think they knocked her off finally, because she wouldn't take off her Starfleet uniform.
Brilliant way to get out of it.
Get out of jury duty. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, think about it. When you go on a trial by jury, you're putting your life in the hands of 12 people who aren't smart enough to figure out a way out of jury duty. I always just say he looks like a commie to me.
Yeah, I believe the bastard did it.
Yeah.
He's guilty.
Guilty.
Kill them all, let God sort them out.
Guilty.
Well, you reviewed Measure of Man last night, right? So I guess everyone probably did. Everyone love that episode, or I haven't watched it yet. Your stream last night, Clobberin Times.
Yeah, it was very, very well reviewed there. You know, these people at this dentist office are going, he makes us wear this crap, honest.
Yeah.
He makes us do it. We don't want to dress like this every day. Jesus Christ.
We get paid extra, I hope, right?
I'm sure there are dental technicians out there somewhere that are, into this stuff.
Well,
who has to be Wesley? That's what I want to know.
Wesley's dead in that universe.
Well, I like that universe then. Did I just see a picture of Wesley in the background?
I think so. I think there's someone who's supposed to be here.
Wouldn't
that be awful if it was the dentist who was Wesley?
What dentist is Wesley?
I'd be like, no. Sorry.
You got to put a picture of Wesley right where you sit, when you're getting your teeth worked on. You have to look at Wesley.
Wesley can fix everything, though, right? So maybe it's not so bad.
He can fix your teeth.
I'd take my chances elsewhere.
The dentist should be Jordy because he could put on the visor. He could put that microscope thing.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Ticonderoga, though. Yeah.
Yep. So this is the other place. So you can up near my way. You can come visit. I guess George Takei is going to be here end of the month, and you can get a photo tour. Let's see what. William Shatner was there.
Don't call me.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Boy, he's still spicy even now, isn't he?
Oh, he's awesome. I love him. Yeah.
What is he like? He's like 86 or something.
He's 90 now.
90, yeah.
Wow.
90.
Even wow.
Sharp.
He actually looks great. Yeah, he looks great for 90.
He looks a lot better than they looked on that episode when they remember they aged the whole crew the Deadly Years.
Deadly Years.
Yeah,
he looks better than he did in Generations.
Yeah.
But he let himself get killed.
Yeah, I try to block Generations out of my memory bank.
Not enjoying Generations, but not good. Yep.
I didn't like any of the next gen movies, and I wanted to.
I like First Contact. That's about it.
I think that one's my favorite. I know this is probably very unpopular. I didn't mind Nemesis, except this whole, oh my God, he looks just like me. It's like looking in a mirror. I'm like, no, it's not.
It doesn't look anything.
What mirror are you looking at?
Their
Their
accents are different, and
everything.
He doesn't look like me at all. I didn't look like that as a youngster.
He's a great actor, though. And you can tell, he's so. And I just rewatched Nemesis. Yeah, Hardy, and it's got, other than the the stupid opening scene where they're on their 4x4s, driving around. That was so horrible. Oh God. But I mean, the nuts and bolts of the movie, it's a little ridiculous, but it's not as bad as I remember rewatching it. It's just a miss in terms of they're trying to recreate Khan. It's like, why, they're trying to get this great nemesis.
Yeah.
It's like, just do your own thing, or have something, come up with your own villain, or Star Trek doesn't have to have that big, huge, bad villain to make it work either. So,
hail D-Bud.
D-Bud.
Hey, D-Bud,
brother.
D-Bud, I was telling them about, since you're out this way, you have a lot of options though, but the Fan X-Con in Salt Lake City is really good. It's a lot of fun. It's actually in 2 weeks, but I don't think I'm going to go this year.
You're not going?
Nah, not with the whole COVID thing, and I don't know. I have friends that said they thought they were going to die from it, and I have friends that said they were just tired for a couple of days. But Maddie's still considered a preemie until she's 2, so I'm just gonna. Although I would love to go talk to like who's the guy that wrote Future? Peter David. I'd love to talk to him. I'd love to talk to Klinger because he's a big comic book fan.
Peter David.
Yeah, Peter David. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to Dragon Con all the time, which is going on right now. So
yeah,
I've seen him a bunch of times. He's kind of.
Yeah, Dragon Con, that's my neck of the woods. I really wanted to get up there this year, but
did you ever go?
No, I'm about 2.5 hours out. and I just wasn't able to arrange it. I know Brightest Day was down here, and I would have loved to have gone to see him, and meet him, but it didn't work out.
Up until 2000, I think 16, except for 1 year, I went like 22 years straight to Dragon Con. It was my Labor Day weekend. And even though I've stopped, it's been a few years since I stopped, it still feels kind of weird that I'm not going to it, even though it's kind of sick of it. So I don't know.
Well, you go back eventually, right? And
I don't know.
Maybe
if Arwen goes, I'll go. Arwen would go.
Okay.
I'm hoping to go next year.
There you
go. Arwen's like the Pied Piper of nerds.
Nerds. Don't let Raquel hear you call us nerds. She's a geek.
Oh
geek,
I'm a geek.
I don't have the heart to tell her that in the United States they're the same thing,
No, I know.
Them as fighting words.
Oh, that's nice, D. But Maddie is the prime directive. Well said, sir.
Yes.
Well said. Yeah, she's
absolutely, and she should be absolutely.
Yeah.
And Captain Skywalker is asking why couldn't they get a show on air after Enterprise? I think the ratings were down. Of course, they would die to have the ratings the Enterprise had when it went off the air. So it was canceled early. I think some people said Star Trek fatigue, and the movies didn't do well. I think you had, when was Nemesis out? Was that
2002?
Well,
they planned a 5th season of Enterprise, but they killed it for the express purpose to start the new garbage. It was killed because with that Sherry Redstone and that Les Moonves jerk off took over, so they could kill it with the Abrams crap. So it was killed on purpose. It could have gone over. They had a 5th season planned.
Oh yeah, definitely. But the next show, I don't think you're right. Yeah, they wanted to go to bring the movies back and a reboot. But it was 2004 was the last season of Enterprise.
5.
And then, or 5, yes, it was 4 in 2009. So yeah, 5 years of development. But yeah, they didn't have anything ready to go too. So there was that big lull there. So yeah, they should have had that 5th season of Enterprise, or give us a 6, or I love that Enterprise Enterprise refit of the NX-01. I'll show a picture of that.
Yeah,
that was the idea that the designer, what's his name, Douglas, is it Drexler or Doug Drexler?
Yeah, Drexler. That's right. Yeah.
A brilliant designer. So they had the whole idea of after we flip through these, I'll show the Enterprise refit.
This looks just gorgeous. Like the ones for Star Trek Continues, which is one I went to in Kingsland, Georgia. That was just like this, except they didn't have engineering yet at that time.
Yeah, I think they keep adding to these sets when you
read it now.
They keep adding. God, look how gorgeous that engineering is. Yeah, that's such a great set because the room isn't that big. I haven't been there, but they were showing the camera tour, just the way the perspective works, and this is all forced perspective, and you think it's this massive, huge room, and it's
really well done.
No, it's really, really well done. So that's up. Let's see, About Us.
Jeffrey's Tube.
Jeffrey's Tube. Yep. Let's see. Do they have the directions, or let's see? It's.
I told you who I met at the Jeffrey's Tube, right?
No, who'd you meet?
Well, the one at Farragut Fest when I went to the Star Trek Continues set in 2013. I walk up to I was taking all those pictures and videoing, and I walk up to the Jeffrey's Tube. And standing there is a very lovely young lady who's standing by. We start talking. Turns out her name is Christine Christine.
Yeah,
and she's the niece of Matt Jeffries, who did all the designs of the original series.
Yeah,
and she's never been.
How cool!
She learned it she had learned it just recently, and it just recently become a big fan. And she got together with those people making the film and everything, stuff like that. So
that's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Nice, yeah. So that's up if you're in the Northeast. I've never been there, but someday I've got to make the trip there to check that out.
That's James Cawley who made that. He did those Star Trek Phase fan films. He's the Elvis impersonator who insisted on playing Kirk in those fan films, and he just looks much like Kirk as he looks like as much like he doesn't look like Kirk at all. He's just Cawley's a nice guy, but
guess who made the digital starship for those?
Was that you?
That'd be me.
No.
Yep. Which one? Phase ones?
I'm sorry?
The Phase Star Trek Phase fan films?
Which one was World Enough and Time? That was that guy, James Cawley, right?
It was James Cawley, I think so. So there were two different. There was that one, and there was Star Trek Continues. With Vic Mignogna.
Actually, I was just part of the team that made it. I made the bathrooms.
Nice.
So for those people that know, Maddie's daddy's a talented animator. So
I'm an animator. Well, I'm an animator.
All right. Come on, don't sell yourself short. But I love this. I love this ship. So I have a model of this, and when I saw it in the hobby store, I was like, "Why wasn't this ever on TV?" This was the plan, I guess, between one of the seasons. They would have had, the refit, and just that was such a. And the Drexler, there's a YouTube video you can watch, or I'm sure it's on one of the Enterprise DVDs, talking about how he designed the original ship to fit this refit, which is beautiful. I mean, it makes total sense. It goes together. So that's actually the model kit.
Because the saucer section's not that different.
Yeah. So it was a great design. It was like, oh, it's such a shame you never got to see that on screen, because that would have been, imagine opening with like a fly around around this ship, to start, whatever, say the 5th or 6th season. I love that.
Why'd they change it?
Well, they got canceled, so that was
that was going to yeah.
Yeah, so one of the seasons,
watched, I think, like the first season. I didn't get any farther than that.
Yeah, that design adds a whole secondary hull and bigger nacelles. I mean that the NX-02, the NX-01 and the NX-02 are the same size, and they only have a crew of like about 82 or something. So obviously it's nowhere near as big as obviously later.
Mm-hmm.
And Eagle Moss is selling
nice.
One now too. You can buy. Yep. I think one of our buddies had bought. I don't know if it was Canadian Spider-Man had bought a bunch of these ships. Someone had bought
Eagle Moss makes some good stuff.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. So that's like one of my favorite. Because I think the ship is actually nice design. The original, it looks kind of primitive. That's one of the things that STD gets so wrong, is like the bridge is this massive, huge bridge. It's supposed to be a prequel, and it loses all the touch. Like the Jar Jar Abrams one, it has just, there's no, it's no warmth, or it's just such a big thing. It's like you're on a spaceship. You're not going to have this huge, massive bridge when space is a premium, and it just takes you. I mean, maybe in the future, of course, the D is a bigger bridge. But it's not that gigantic. You watch STD, that bridge is so ridiculously huge. It's crazy.
Yep.
So.
Yep. They're idiots. Bad reboot. They don't know what they're doing. They're not Star Trek fans.
No, I agree.
And Trek Yards, which is a great site, our YouTube site, they actually have a comparison. They did a great video on that, comparing the two ships. Yep, and you can see that. I love this stuff. This is the geek stuff with all the layouts and everything on the ship and where everything is.
Where everything's at. Yeah, that is cool.
I love that. Yeah.
There's a catwalk. Remember that episode of the catwalk? That was actually a great episode.
Oh, that was a fantastic episode. Yeah,
love that one.
So Armin, I'd recommend going back to give the series a shot and watch it. I kind of gave up on it and watched it not religiously, and then I just rewatched the whole thing in order, and really like there's an episode where they have to hide in the catwalk and in the cells because of radiation or something that's happening. Where they're going through near a nebula or something that was going to kill them?
They're going through a big gigantic. It was like a cloud. It was so big there was no way to turn away from it, and they couldn't get it. It was moving at such speed they couldn't get away from it. It was unexpected. Yeah, so the only safe place was for like a week or so. They had to go run the ship from the catwalk.
Mm-hmm. Living there, yeah, and they set up remote controls to the bridge, and Trip set up all these. But it was a good episode because what was fun about it was the low tech of the episode. The ship just couldn't survive, so they had to figure out a way to survive, and they're all on the starship living in these cells, and then they have fights that happen, and tempers are short, and I think weren't there some a couple of aliens on the ship at that time, or I'm trying to remember.
Yes, these aliens had warned them about it. They didn't know anything about this thing, and turned out they were refugees being chased by these space Yahtzees who could survive that thing, that cloud thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they invade the Enterprise,
the
and then someone almost
gets
Yeah, that was actually one of the better episodes. Yeah.
Isn't this the one that kind of ends on a cliffhanger in a way, with some unresolved?
You mean the series? The series?
Yeah.
Well, though
I think that's why I stopped watching it, and I can't remember if it was this one or something else that because I had started it after it had finished, and I have a habit of I have to know the ending of something, because if I don't like the ending of something, I don't want to waste my time getting invested and watching it and then being disappointed. And I can't remember what show it was that just.
I don't think any of them ended on really a cliffhanger except for Deep Space Nine almost does in a sense because of Cisco, but
yeah.
I don't think so. This would they had to end it abruptly in the last episode. I love the show unreservedly, but that last episode was horrible. The way they ended it was really, really, really bad, insinuating that the whole series had maybe been a holodeck simulation. Because
the ending, the love letter to the fans.
Well, Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis, who were in that last episode of Enterprise, they even said they felt uncomfortable doing it, and all the actors hated the way it ended, and they really kind of it was a mess.
Well, Berman actually ended up apologizing for it.
He did apologize for it. Yeah.
He said we had the best, which is a stand-up guy. He said we had the best of intentions, and we didn't mean for it to be that way. I guess because it got canceled so abruptly. So 2 episodes in, a major character gets killed in a kind of trivial way that upset a lot of people. And then the next episode, the episode actually could have been much more well done if it wasn't a bottled episode where they actually have like Riker and Troy, going into holodeck, looking at the history of the Enterprise. And if they'd actually just had, not had Riker and Troy in it, I think, and maybe just, tried to do that, do a fast forward and we're honoring 10 years. Yeah. And said, we're honoring the crew without doing Riker, chopping onions in the kitchen with the chef. And
he was supposed to be the chef that they kept talking about that you never saw, right? Okay.
Yeah, you never saw the chef on the series. I always mention him. And then in that, and all that, he was the chef. Okay. And the only good part about that episode is him where they showed the beginning of the Federation where Archer gives, and it's a good scene. It starts out as a good scene. You're like, wow, he's going to give the inaugural speech starting the Federation. And then you don't get to hear the damn speech.
They cut it. Yeah. They cut it right.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's like right the. We want to hear the speech. Yeah. So the intention was good, and then but the execution was poor, and I think they were just trying to do a quick bottle episode, and we'll pull in the TNG people. TNG's super popular. We'll get we'll honor them by showing how great they were, but it just and
they look so old. But this was almost 20 years after that episode that they were referencing.
Yeah.
Of the Next Generation, because this story was taking place. Okay.
I'm so sorry. Show D. Bud Martin's last comment. I love it.
Newhart.
For fans of Newhart, yeah.
Newhart was a great show.
Waking up in bed with Suzanne Plachette.
That was awesome, D. Bud. That was really good.
They wish.
A classic. Yeah.
They wish.
Well, okay. I have another question, and this is something really, really picky. And again, this might be an unpopular thing, but why did they choose to go with that groovy theme music instead of something quintessentially Star Trek? What was that about?
Well, I can't tell you exactly why, but I can tell you it was a very late decision.
Okay.
Because if they're at the end credits and on the soundtrack, which I have, there's a theme called Archer's Theme, which sounds very Trek-like. You would expect that to be a Trek-type theme because they always have such good ones. It's the end of every episode. And a fan actually went on, because a lot of people hate that song. I got used to it.
I got used to it too, yeah.
But someone went on YouTube and made those opening credits, which are really visually very nice, and put that Archer's theme to it, which is just an instrumental, which Star Trek should be. It really shouldn't be a song with lyrics.
Yeah.
And it actually works very well. And I do not know what they were thinking, because that song, it's cheesy. It speaks to the Star Trek spirit, but you had to know people were not going to. People still hate that song.
It's just so different. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
That guy sounds like Rod Stewart, sort of.
It's not a bad song. It just doesn't fit. But then, like you said,
you don't want that on Star Trek.
No, it's not Star Trek. But then they tried to speed it up in the 3rd season. I actually like the slower version better.
Yeah,
they tried to they tried to speed it up. It's been a long road to get in there. You know, it's like you know, it's yeah.
Well, it speaks to the spirit of Star Trek, but it's like
the words are good. The words are good, but it's
visuals are really nice.
It doesn't have that dignity that the original one, you know, that sort of classic.
Right.
You know,
it could have been like the end theme, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, when the episode's over, switch it around.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
So bad. But yeah, if you go on YouTube and find the one where someone puts Archer's theme as with those credits, it's really nice because those are really beautiful, you know, visuals for those opening credits. And they showed like the history of, you know, from the early days, ships on the sea, and you know, mankind's you know, flight history and stuff. It's really good visually. They did use that shot of the Phoenix from First Contact.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
I think I've seen some promos now that on YouTube going back and watching you know, on the series, and you forget them, you know, when it first came out, but they were trying to sex up Star Trek allegedly, and you know, they were showing all the decon, you know, gel pictures, and you know, they're trying to, you know, kind of say this is your new sexy Star Trek. So I think part of that thinking was, so I think part of that was the song. I think trying, you know, to make it more modern or make it more hip, which is, you know, that's not the audience, you know, not that we're not hip or cool, but but you just don't, you don't need to change things up that much, you know, stick with what works. Right. And you're gonna get fans. Like I always tell the story, you know, Mrs. D came, I love Voyager, was watching Voyager and every week she walks in, she's like, are you watching Cinemax at night or something? What the hell is that? She's like, who's that girl on the screen in that outfit? I've told the story
7 of 9.
It's Jake. She's like Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, she's like, what are you watching, Mark? You know, what are you watching? I'm like, it's Star Trek, and those are implants, her Borg implants. You know?
Yeah, the Borg implants.
That's an important
distinction. Yes.
Yeah, but she's like, but she's walking through the room. I mean, her outfit, you know, of course, that's what they tried to sell. You know, come on, it's like that's why they put Jerry Ryan is obviously a gorgeous woman, but you know, Captain Janeway is a great looking woman too. As she's, you know, but of course, I'm sure there was some friction there in terms of, you know, putting 7 of 9 in the show in that outfit, and
they didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they didn't like each other. I know that Janeway, can't think of her name offhand.
Kate McGregor was really mean to her.
Yeah, and she admitted it. She pretty much said it was her fault, and that Jerry Ryan didn't do anything. She just thought that they worked so hard to make her a captain without having to be, you know, sexy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then this woman comes along with a great body and a, you know, skin tight suit and whatever. But, you know, I don't think Jerry Ryan ever gets enough credit for her acting.
She's really good on the show.
Yeah, she is good. Yeah, no, she's good. Yeah.
The one with the kid,
You're
Icheb,
right.
You know, where I guess maybe I better not spoil it. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but he basically makes a sacrifice to save her, and she's crying, you know, and and she can sing too. You Are My Sunshine. Did you?
Oh God, yeah.
That episode.
Yeah.
Some of those ones with her and the holographic doctor on the holodeck one.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's, you know, suffering from the curse that everybody in Star Trek suffers. You know, is with a few exceptions, your career is over. You know.
Yeah.
But
she was on Boston Legal. She was on Boston. Wasn't she on Boston Legal for a while with what show was she on? Jerry Ryan.
Oh, she was on. My gosh, it was with I don't know if it's the one you're thinking of, but she was on the show with oh my gosh, she was the woman from China Beach, Dana.
Oh yeah. There was like a legal show. She was like, she's a lawyer or something, or I remember watching a few of those.
No, she played the head, she was a head coroner, I believe.
Oh, coroner. Yep, you're right. 100%.
I'm gonna look that up because that's
Boston. She was on Boston Public 2001, 2004. And then she was on, let's see,
Body of something. Body of Truth.
Body of Truth. Yep.
She was on that.
Oh, she was
on. Definitely has a body of truth.
And she was on Boston. She's on Boston Public for 59 episodes. Yeah.
Too bad she disgraced her character of 7 of 9 by being on P Hard.
That show was so bad.
Hey man, she's got bills to pay, dude. I mean, she's not getting a lot of work.
She's a working actress.
Captain James T. Skywalker says it's supposed to be Captain Archer singing. Did anybody see the cap? I'm sure you guys have all seen the Captains, right?
I can feel it scary.
I didn't watch that. I've heard of it. I haven't seen that.
No, thank you.
I still have not heard. So it's on YouTube, Clobby. Shatner interviews all the captains, and he arm wrestles Chris Pine. But apparently, Scott Bakula considers himself a singer as much as an actor. And
he was on Broadway. Yep.
Yeah. He was I think he was even a singer before that.
Well, he didn't sing that song.
I didn't know that.
It was Russell Warren.
D. Bud Martin. I always associate Kate Mulgrew with Mrs. Columbo.
Even though
I do too. Mrs. Columbo.
Hey,
yes.
That's not Columbo canon, buddy.
Yeah. Actually, what I really associate her with is I had a big crush on her when she was in Remo Williams.
There you go. I watched that recently.
She's cute. Yeah, she's very cute. Yeah. Well, the other thing I always mention about Jerry Ryan is we might not have had a Barack Obama as president if it wasn't for Jerry Ryan's divorce.
That's true.
Well, whatever your politics are, but because Jerry Ryan's husband was the incumbent senator, and he was a lock-in for re-election.
He was very popular.
Very popular.
And then tomfoolery.
Yeah. So then they got the divorce records opened or unsealed, and back in today maybe that would have gotten him some. I shouldn't say it, but maybe people wouldn't care as much today. But then that killed his election, and then Obama came and won. I guess the Republicans put in a candidate had I can't remember the guy's name now, but he had no chance to win. So Obama cruised into victory. So it's always
first time was John McCain, right?
Yeah, he beat John McCain, but actually to get into the Senate. So Obama
won Senate. Okay, I got
to get into the Senate, but he would have been in the Senate in 2004. He would have lost. I'm sure he would
Minnesota or someplace.
Yeah.
Let me interrupt for 1 second. Guess who just has a new tooth coming in? I'll give you a clue. It's not Arwen.
It's not Arwen.
No.
Maddie has a new. You can't really see it, but she has an upper tooth coming in.
Oh,
cute! God, she's so cute.
She smiles so hard that she crinkles up her nose. I'm sorry. I know I'm annoyingly proud dad. It's just
it's all right. Yeah.
And you have a very happy baby.
She's always happy.
Yeah.
Except for the tooth, maybe though.
Or
that
nap.
hurts. That hurts.
Nap
Yeah,
time.
that hurts.
She wakes up laughing in the morning. She laughs for no reason. She smiles at things. The happiest baby in the world except nap time. Then it's Thunderdome. Death before naps, Daddy.
Death before naps. Yep. Yeah, don't want to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. Yeah.
She's like the crib, my old friend.
Yeah. God, that's such a fight to get the kids to take naps. Now you can't when they're older and they're teenagers. Just like, I need some help today. It's 2 p.m. Could you wake up?
Exactly.
Could you get up? Yeah.
You're still in bed. Jeez. I hear you.
But Clobby, it's on YouTube. The Captains. You can watch it. You can watch.
I was meant to watch it. Yeah, I hear the Avery Brooks thing. I hear he's a nut. Or he's really
but he's a good musician.
Oh no, I love the guy. I've been saying he's crazy.
Yeah. I would not know if he's crazy, but he keeps saying to Shatner, who's interviewing him, he's like, and Shatner's like, and then we all went home. And he's trying to get Shatner to be like, philosophical and whatever.
Yeah.
But, he's playing the piano the whole time and not even look at the piano and talk. And, but he's a good musician. He's just, he's a little bit of a space cadet.
Yep.
Appropriately,
Yes. Yeah.
Appropriately enough, so.
He's still my favorite captain.
He's pretty good for a second stringer.
For me, it will always be Kirk for me.
Oh, Kirk's the king. But you know what? I'll let Cisco be his first officer.
Because as far as
Kirk is. Look, let's face it. He's the fan favorite. He's the original.
Yeah,
he went where no one has gone before.
Right. So that's when I think
before.
Of the captains. I really don't even think of Kirk in that who's your favorite captain territory because he is the captain. You know, I think of Picard, Cisco, Janeway. You know, I think of the captains that came after him, and of those, Cisco's definitely my favorite.
Oh, look, it's always that you can have a favorite, and then I'm just kidding. But look, Cisco's great. He made a believer out of me. He was a commander at first, of course, and he made that show at first. I didn't like it that much when it first came on. I watched it sporadically after the first few episodes, and then around 2016, I was talked into giving it a better look. You know, and it was much older, obviously. So I started watching it. First few episodes, I was like, I don't know, it's kind of a chore. Takes a while to get going. I was almost done in the middle of the first season, but I stuck with it, and then I really fell in love with it. I love that show. I've watched it so many times since then, and I watched it so much I go back and pick and choose this every now and then. Just get the feeling and in a mood to watch those Deep Space Nine characters, which are great characters, and just I could throw a random episode up on there and just watch one, you know. And there's some really great ones, and he is terrific. I mean, especially in the Pale Moonlight. But again, what I love about that show, there were a couple of times when he was flat out, in my opinion, wrong. Some of the things he did, I disagreed with him. I don't think I ever disagreed with anything Kirk did, but some of the stuff. But that's a good thing. It makes him, you know, very down to earth and very human. And he and Brooks, and I love the way he talks. There's a very Shatner quality of the way he talks. Sometimes when he gets really up and
yes,
yeah,
right.
Oh, did you guys? I posted the link on the episode with the Dolan of Troyes. Did you guys know that she and William Shatner were in an episode of a TV show before that?
Yes,
and they were on Broadway together.
A variety show. Oh yeah,
and they were on Broadway together. I think it was the
same show. Yeah, the same play rather. Yeah.
But was it The King and I? Or no, it wasn't King and I. What the heck there was some Broadway show that they were on? Not that
something
one,
like that. It might have been that
something one. It wasn't Miss Saigon, and it wasn't The King and I.
Or maybe it was Miss.
But it's on YouTube.
Shatner sang in The King and I.
It was a play.
No, I'm trying to think of what it was.
Wasn't in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember what.
I missed that.
No, he wasn't a singer. I'm trying to. Well, later he was. I guess. Yeah.
You know, when even Cisco knew that Kirk was the man, though. In Trials and Tribulations, which is wonderful. You know, I love at the beginning when these time investigators are asking him, you know, at the ship, and they said NCC. He said NCC 1701. They go, oh no, his ship. And that was a James T. Kirk, and this look on Cisco's face, the one and only.
The one and only, yeah.
That is by far my favorite, and I'm not a big DS9 fan at all. Really.
I love that. That episode's so fun.
That is my favorite episode. They did it perfectly.
It's so much fun.
When they replaced the crewman in the line, you know, when Kirk is
who
started it?
It was O'Brien.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, that was great. And I like when he's arguing.
The fight.
They did the fight. It's funny,
and they incorporated it seamlessly.
Yes,
they did a really good job.
Easy to do.
It's so much fun. And I like the scene when he's arguing with Dax and she's saying, oh, come on. You don't want to at least, you can't tell me you don't want to meet Captain Kirk. It's just the last thing on my mind. She goes, oh, come on. You don't want to meet one of those famous men in Starfleet history. He goes, of course I'd like to meet him. I'd like to shake his hand and ask him about fighting the Gord on Cestus 3, which, by the way, he didn't fight him on Cestus 3, but that's beside the point. But that's not why we're here, old man. I always liked that he called Dax old man.
Old man, me too.
That was a pretty good impression there,
beautiful woman. This gorgeous goddess, old man.
Yeah. Old man, yeah.
The one and only. But yeah, he was, and then he goes and breaks his own rules and goes and, you know, shakes hands with Kirk and meets him and stuff, which they used footage from Mira instead of Trouble with Tribbles for it.
Love the way they did that.
Well, actually, I just found they were in together. The World of Susie Wong. That's France Nyan, and she would later guest star with Shatner as husband and wife in the Kung Fu season 3 episode A Small Beheading.
Wow.
Which I never knew yet. So good.
Good. Has anybody seen it?
No, that's a good episode.
He plays an Irishman. And he comes to Kwai Chang Caine and it says the Emperor of China. So if you haven't seen Kung Fu, he's a Shaolin monk. These guys have like amazing martial arts abilities that have since been lost to time. And he has the Emperor's nephew of China kills his master. in a fit of rage, he kills the emperor's nephew and has to flee to America. Shatner's character comes up with this brilliant idea. He says he's a sea captain. He was a sea captain, and he said that he brought a scroll from the emperor saying that he would be welcome back to China, back to his home, if he would give up the tip of his pinky. That's a small beheading, and it turns out to be complete. But Shatner and two of his goons fight. Who you've seen one of them a lot. I think he was Odd Job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it may not be. It's because it's been a long time, but it's definitely one of those type guys. And they fight, of course, Kwai Chang Caine, and he beats them up and everything. But Shatner did what I would consider a fairly good, although slightly campy Irish accent.
Oh yeah.
I can see that.
Irish accents are hard. They're feckin' hard.
They are. They are.
Can you feel that now?
That costume was something. Gotta imagine that costume in the '60s, right? That's
Jimmy Boy, yeah.
It's like Beyonce, right, or something. That could you could wear that today now, right? I mean, that'd be right in place. But I guess that got past the censors because you no belly button.
See, this is where Star Trek becomes unbelievable because I'm sorry, there's no way he could have resisted her.
He didn't, did he?
He did it.
Yeah,
no.
But then, I mean, later he did it, but I mean, not.
No, he walked. Remember, he walked onto the bridge, and then. Am I getting my episodes confused?
No, he did. He was affected by her tears.
Yeah,
but he overcame it with his love of the Enterprise.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Totally unbelievable.
Oh, Kirk could do that. I believe it. Remember
Kirk? Yeah.
Remember, Kirk took up the spores.
Mike, they could be torturing you on the rack right next to me. And if she was there, I'm sorry.
But I'm not Kirk. Kirk's different. Kirk shook off the spores.
No. In this metaphor, I'm Kirk and you're the Enterprise.
Oh yeah. Neither one of us are Kirk.
Oh, we got a good buddy here. Jed's here. Let me add him in. Oh. Yep. Hey, Jed.
Dude.
How's it going?
Hey, Jed.
How you doing?
I just saw one of the best wrestling pay-per-views in the last 10 to 20 years.
Yeah?
AEW All In. That pay-per-view was just freak. Dude,
someone sounds hyped up.
Gunning for WWE. Vince, you better watch the hell out, brother.
Good night, everybody.
They're coming for you.
I love it when Jed fangirls.
Oh my God, that was dude. They had dude. Okay, they had 2 or 3 people debut tonight, and they were all from WWE because Vince was a fucking idiot for letting them go in the first place.
Okay. Competition is good, right? Competition's good.
I'm loving it because I remember back in the WCW, WWE era when they had the Monday Night Wars. Dude, that was the best era of like modern, not also like when I was a kid, but older modern wrestling. So yeah, I've been in wrestling ever since I was a kid. But dude, they had Daniel Bryan come out. They had.
Oh, they got Daniel Bryan.
Have you been watching my post on Twitter? I've just been fucking marking out all night. The minute that because they had Adam Cole, they had Daniel Bryan, they had a bunch of Punk. Dude, Punk's match set this other young dude over, respect, and then there was this point where Sting came up to Punk and he put his hand out, and I was like, "What? They're gonna do? Oh, they're gonna no!" But he put his hand out. Punk shook his hand. They were like, "Do this," and dude. And then he totally put this little dude over. This dude that's older. I'm loving seeing the older wrestlers helping the younger wrestlers, getting them over. This is what we needed in wrestling, not what idiot Vince is doing over in the WWE, dude. And I was in the Sports Wars channel with Jeremy. I was in the chat. Jeremy, Az, and Olden, and everybody else was over there. The minute that shit kicked off, everybody marked out in the channel. Az went off, Jeremy went off. I started jumping down in my room.
Welcome to Jed, the special wrestling correspondent from Mark D with a C.
Yeah, dude, like
Jed, cheer down.
Dude, you know when I'm passionate about something.
I can tell. Yeah.
Dude,
psychotic is a word too.
It makes me happy, man. Like
that's good. That's good. But competition competition's always good, and so
that's the reason why WWE went downhill, because there was no competition no more. Man.
Yeah,
Can
I agree with that.
Can I get a transfer of some of that adrenaline Jed has to me?
Oh yeah. Like if there's something that I love, like that just I have not seen something like that in years, man. Like
I heard they got good. I heard they got good ratings. So with
dude, yeah, and I was just in. I think Bray Wyatt's going over there, and like a couple other people.
Really?
Because Vince is being real. Like I think at one point, and this is just me, and I'm just speculating. I think Triple H may piss off over there at one point because he's really pissing. Yeah, I'm there was something because I have some
his son-in-law is going to switch leagues.
That would be something if he did.
Yeah,
everybody. Well, when Daniel came out tonight, you should have heard the audio. Dude, Adam Cole got a pop, Punk got a pop, like Daniel got a pop. That whole thing, in WWE where they have the cool down periods where you wrestle, there's a good match, and they have the cool down match.
Yeah.
No, this even went through the wrestling, and and Ruby was over. She came over to WWE, so they had like 4 or 5 people from WWE came over tonight. They used them properly, not just boring crap that Vince has been doing. So dude. I've been a wrestling fan ever since I was real little because I got to meet Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior and all these other guys.
Ultimate Warrior! Oh my god!
Yeah, dude, and Macho Man.
Woo,
yeah, I got.
Oh my god, Arwen's one too.
They used to wrestle at the Coliseum here in Phoenix. So my mom, being the person she is, I ain't gonna go to that on your channel, but being the person she is. I got to tag along with her and stuff, so but I got to meet all of them, man.
That's
wrestling. Well, it seems like a lot of comic book fans are wrestling fans too, for some reason.
I've always been a wrestling
Seems
fan.
like that goes. Not everyone, but a lot of. I've talked to. I grew up watching wrestling too. Of course, I always thought it was. I argue with people like, "What do you mean it's not real?" But it is real in a way in terms of those guys are incredible athletes and they're
I got into an argument
those moves and what
I got into an argument at Clobby's shop one time with a guy. Yeah, I was trying to explain to a guy because I've done martial arts and I wrestled in high school and stuff. I tried to explain to a friend of Clobby's that you cannot jump up into the air, land with your elbow on somebody's nose.
Right. Not kill them.
Make them dizzy. Your head would explode.
Yes, Steve, it's fake, but it's real at the same time. I know this.
The real stuntmen.
Well, they're athletic. I will give them that.
They're super athletic. You got to be athletic to do all the stuff that they do in the ring.
No doubt. But it's not. But it's
there's a lot of showmanship that goes on and a lot of stuff because I got to hang out. Yeah,
well, like Shane
storylines.
Oh yeah, but like Shane McMahon when he did that jump off the cage.
Oh, dude.
But I mean that's a real risky stunt. And you had to land on that table, and you obviously there's something pushing in there. But if he misses that table or hits the edge of that table, he could get paralyzed or killed. So.
Well, did you ever see when Shane and what was it? Kurt Angle were doing that match, okay? When he had to go through that glass pane, well, somebody screwed up and didn't do the glass right. So when Shane went through the first time, it gave him a sprained neck because he was supposed to go through the glass the first time. So Kurt was like, dude, do you want me to do the whispering? Because they whispers and give those signals.
Well, there's a special signal that can give someone if someone's really
there's
hurt.
a signal. He's like, do you want me to continue? He goes, I heard you go in your name. He goes, no, put me through the fucking window. So he goes the second or third time, he got him through the window. But Shane had to be taken to the hospital after that. So that was old school.
People get hurt.
And that really famous match with Mick Foley when he was Mankind and Undertaker, when they had the nails and attacks and all that.
They weren't supposed to do that stuff.
The King of the Ring, that was what screwed it up for everything.
I love the old school wrestlers. The Canadian, it was the Hart family, and then they were real wrestlers.
The Harts are awesome.
So they had they had some high school wrestlers that went to visit, Mr. Hart, and they're showing, if you've seen the documentary on, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but on the Hart family, and the old guy is like he could barely move, but he's showing the moves like this, like a Steve Mitchum type, huge high school wrestler. And Mr. Hart is like getting him all these pressure points and angle, and he like takes down, basically he's controlling this, massive guy with, the move, because he knew his stuff. And then they used to call it the dungeon because they would train so hard.
The dungeon's still around, dude. They still have people in the dungeon.
I mean, so they're people would make fun of it, but they actually are real. They're really talented people for what they do. Yeah,
like. Because I've been around a people and I had another friend that almost made it, and I used to go to his matches out here, but it was freaking awesome, man. But Natalie and Brett are the two that are carrying it on, because her dad is in no shape to wrestle anymore. He's all the years of wrestling. That's the one bad thing about wrestling.
Well, you take a beating. Yep.
When you're older, you're gonna feel it.
Like, Captain Skywalker said, "What's the signal?" I've seen it before. I don't remember exactly what it is, but if you watch the refs, there's a signal. If I hate seeing people get hurt. So, but there are some YouTube videos
the
we can watch where they really
get
hurt.
People safe.
And there is a special. And I had a friend who worked for the WWE, and there is a special signal that they give when the wrestlers, because they have to, because if God forbid someone does
the
really
time
get hurt.
that Stone Cold broke his neck in the ring. If you go back and look at that, there was a signal. When Daniel broke they give the signal, but they kind of tried to change it. Like, I was so happy because, dude, I was scared Daniel was never ever going to be able to do anything again when he broke his neck. Dude, Daniel came out tonight. He's like, "What's up, boys?" And everybody in the whole, they're like, yes.
He's a popular guy.
Yes. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Daniel comes out.
So for anyone in the audience who is asleep right now, I guess everyone's. I think Maddie just got woken up over it.
Well, I didn't wake Maddie up.
She's 200. She's 200 miles away, and she's crying. Hail Punkwaddle.
Hey, Punkwaddle, how's it going?
Hey, Punkwaddle, what's up, man?
Are you a wrestling fan, Punkwaddle? Yep.
Yeah.
So Clobberin Times, were you a wrestling fan, Clobberin Times at all, or?
No, never. No? Well, when I was very young, Ernie Ladd, Junkyard Dog, those guys in the early 70s.
Junkyard Dog, yep.
Then I got past 8 years old.
Awesome,
when I got past 8 years old, I just
I used to like Tony Guerrero.
I hate it, in fact.
Chief Jay Strongbow, and then I turned 11, and
I love Leaping Lenny Popo. That was that he was a great. That was actually the Macho Man's real life brother. Because they always change their name. So he was like Batroc the Leaper in the ring. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And, my great grandmother, I've said this before, but some of my memories of her, thankfully I got to know her a little bit. I was a wee lad, but she would watch Bonanza. And she'd watch wrestling because she was Italian. When Bruno Sammartino was on, everything stopped and she'd cheer for Bruno Sammartino. So.
Yeah. Dude, Bruno was a badass up until the point where he got hurt, Yeah. So.
But she would let, I remember what, I was only 4 or 5, but I still remember going to her house and watching wrestling. So.
Hey, Mike, did you know what Punk's thing is? He comes out and he yells out, "It's clobbering time," because CM Punk is a huge comic book fan, so that's his thing, and a respect to Kirby and them. So
now I hate him even more.
Dude, he loves the Thing, man. He loves the Fantastic Four and the Thing.
I don't remember authorizing it, so I hate him.
Captain Skywalker, did Clobby like when the Thing was a wrestler?
Actually, I really hated it. It pissed me off. It was really bad, and the comic became unreadable at that point.
Was that Marvel 2? Was that Marvel 2-in-1 or
no? It was when they canceled Marvel 2-in-1. They gave him his own book. It was called The Thing.
Oh, okay.
Remember when he came Rocky Grimm, Space Ranger, and all this other
stuff? That was.
Then he became a wrestler.
It was right after 2-in-1.
I gotta say that wrestler one was really.
Believe it or not, I stopped buying the title, and for me to stop buying the title with The Thing.
Wow.
I didn't even buy it.
At that time, I hated all the wrestling mania and all that crap about Hulk Hogan and all so much. And when I saw that my favorite character got wrapped up in that kind of crap, I said, "Screw this! This is just I can't."
Well,
take it
he
anymore.
should have never been. They should have never put him in that.
Was that the Unlimited Wrestling? Was that the Unlimited Wrestling League that they had in Marvel or whatever for a while?
They had a thing
was
with
the Power Broker,
all super powered beings. Yeah, Thundra.
Yeah,
but that was that was way before. This is way after the Marvel 2-in-1 Annual 7, which was a great story. It was
yeah.
How do you keep all those
Did they
numbers
wrestle
in your
each
head?
other? I mean, what was
I'm bad with issue numbers, actually. What's that?
I said, did they wrestle each other? I mean, what was the point of having
this
them
different? Well, I don't know. It was just I think he was Thunder was in that one a lot. Probably. I don't know. I dropped the book. I dropped the series. I couldn't take it. Look at that.
Yeah. I couldn't stand it either. I stopped getting it. I'm a wrestling fan, and I dropped it too.
Yeah,
so I was just like,
who is that punching the thing? I can't. It's too small.
I can't see him. Gator. I don't know, somebody.
Gator.
Yeah, that was Gator's first appearance.
Gator Grant. Yep.
No, and this series got bad anyway. This is where they put that Shannon Ventura crap with the sheet.
Yeah.
By the way, Chad, if you don't know who this random guy is, I'm Maddie's daddy.
I actually asked Mark the last time I saw it.
You did, yeah.
I was like, who's that other guy that was over there?
Never.
Oh, he goes, that's Maddie's daddy. I was like, that's you? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, Maddie's daddy.
I think you might be right, James C. Skywalker, Captain. I think Battlestar did start in one of those, but I'm not sure. I would have bought. I like Vance Astro, so seeing him involved in wrestling also aggravated.
Yeah. And the Thing should not be wearing that costume too.
No.
Oh no, it was a terrible costume, dude. I hated it.
Gangway for the new grapples. Well, the missus is watching Glow right now. Glorious, gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Okay, it was that first. I watched all of it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's some parts of it.
No, they're good. They're good in it. They're good. It's a good story.
I mean, you talk about a storyline. Glow was all storyline.
Yeah, dude, I watched the original.
But I watched every episode.
I watched every episode like a religion on that thing. It was hilarious.
There she is.
Yep, Sharon Ventura, the new Miss Marvel. And who's writing at this point? This is
Mike Carlin or somebody like that, probably.
Carlin and Neary. Yep.
I don't know.
Carlin and Neary. Yep.
She's a better Miss Marvel.
I can't really see that, but I can tell that's her.
Yeah. It's Carlin and Neary. Yep. And then we got. I don't think this lasted much longer than this.
By the way.
The end of the thing. Yeah, I think that was the last one. 36, right? Yeah.
I've got that issue.
June.
Yeah, I got that one too. Because the only reason why I got it because they had She-Hulk on the cover and Ben, and I was like, okay.
I never really liked Paul. I never liked Paul Neary's art either, to be honest.
Clobby, what year did you shut down Megacity?
89 or 90.
89. So then I bought this from you. I have this issue. I bought it from you then.
Nice.
It was a back issue then. That came out in 80s, like mid 80s or something.
When did you open your shop?
88. That was 88 through 80. 88 through 90 or something, but
okay. Well, maybe I bought it at Southland. I don't know.
Well, it says 9086 right there.
I can't see that far. I'll go see.
Well, yeah, it's kind of tough to. Let's see. Yeah,
although I did buy stuff off the spinner rack until I.
You guys.
And it's John Byrne.
See, Byrne wrote this. He didn't do the interior art, but it was a good cover, And he wrote it for a while, for a little while anyway.
I did buy this, so.
I like Ron Wilson, but this one's not really a lot of his best art, to be honest. Some of the interiors on these.
Yeah, this is before they went into the wrestling.
It was.
Right? Yeah. It was. Some of the stories were
83.
So. Yeah, some of the stories were so, and then I don't know. Just at the time, I really didn't like a lot of the creative teams that they were putting. Jim Shooter was terrible. Jim Shooter was ruining Marvel with really crappy art and crappy writers. To be perfectly honest, I always like this.
To be honest, I would rather have Jim Shooter right now than the idiots that are running.
Oh yeah, I know, but it was a different time. Just judging by that time frame, though, Shooter was a disaster.
Yeah.
Who's the
I actually
cover?
think if they put Shooter over there, he would clean house. Like,
Oh, he did a great job with Valiant for a few years in the early.
Yeah, he did. I love
90s.
Valiant. Yeah. That's what I said this. I was like, if they want to get Marvel back on track, rehire Jim Shooter as the dude in charge. He'll put shit back in order.
Hail to the that Gen X guy.
Yeah, our Fortnite brother
up?
right there.
Hey, Jen, how's
Jen,
it going?
Yeah, that's our Fortnite brother right there, man.
Yep. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah.
Please, everybody, remember to clobber the like button so the algorithm will put people. Oh, by the way, you have like 80 views already from last night's show.
Oh, great! Oh, that's good. From the one with the review of Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah. And
well, thank you for being there. Yep.
And kudos on the pronunciation.
I'm getting there. Yep. And like I said, I went with my buddy who's Asian, and he helped. I asked him, nicely. I said, "How are you supposed to pronounce this?" And he's like, and he kept teaching me how to try to pronounce it, because you do want to get, I joke, but you do want to get people's names right. I mean, you don't want to be, disrespectful to someone to get their name right. But
at least you and Polly liked it. So
did anyone else like it besides me and Polly?
I didn't want it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm gonna.
I've seen it, and I even said this. I didn't like the part between parts that the fights weren't, and I said this, but the fights were the only decent part of the movie that I liked.
Well, that's because professional wrestling has ruined you. You can't watch anything now.
I was like, I was literally falling asleep at the parts where they were just yapping, yap. I was like, can you bring me some action, please? Come on, let's do something.
I like those. I'm in the movie theater too. I think that's where the movie theater experience actually helps a movie.
Oh no, dude! I can watch new movies.
No, I know, but
on my screen.
But when I'm at home,
if it's slow, I'm just I'm not gonna.
I have to ask y'all this, since y'all have seen it. Is the martial arts in there like real hardcore, awesome martial arts, or is it like?
It's from people that actually know their stuff.
I'll reserve that.
People that have.
Steve, have you seen it yet?
When Steve sees it, we'll ask him that, because he's the expert.
Okay.
Let me just say this.
Because I know I want it to be the
Steve,
real.
aren't you a black belt?
What was that?
Aren't you a black belt, Steve?
Yeah, a black belt. Black belt is not what people think it is. A black belt is only actually the beginning.
Yeah.
But yes, I've been doing kung fu since 1979, and I've also done a little bit of other things, a little bit of Thai boxing and stuff like that. So, but if I can weigh in on this question a little bit, no martial arts that you see in movies are real martial arts. They are real martial arts. Like if you're the opponent, what I want to try and do is shortest distance between 2 points. I want to try and do something that you don't see coming, right?
Yeah.
So in movies, though, the audience needs to be able to see it, or they'll go, "What happened?" So they do the big wind-ups and they do the big circular spinning, jumping kicks, and all those things that And
it's stagecraft, like Punk Waddle said.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody last night was talking about Chuck Norris taught Bruce Lee high kicks, which is not true. So what Chuck Norris
that one ain't true whatsoever.
Chuck Norris is hugely into self-promotion, which I can't really blame him for that, I guess. But Bruce Lee famously talked about that he would, if he's in a real fight, he'd kick somebody in the knee. It's 3 feet, as opposed to kicking from my foot to your head is a good 6-7 foot kick. Plenty of time to see it coming, unless you're like gifted with lightning fast kicks. So in that regard, I would say no. Plus, people bleed when they get hit.
Yeah.
And there's always there are two kinds. I noticed this a long time ago, especially in Chuck Norris movies. There are two kinds of bad guys. There's the one-shot Johnnies. When he's trying to get to the big bad guy. The
objective,
It's all the this guy's down and then this guy's down. Yeah. And then he meets the big bad guy, and that's all
the big fight.
Yes.
Well, that's why I love the bus. The bus scene was so good, actually, because Shang-Chi's first punch was a very low, not much of a wind back, and boom, like you said, like his first punch on the bus is actually seemed semi-realistic to me, and he sends the guy flying. Of course, it's wire, whatever, but it wasn't like a fancy, let me do a triple roundhouse kick. It was like just boom, a punch, and the guy, and then the girl, Katie, is like, that Katie is your point of view into the world. So, you're like, you think you just this regular guy who's a car valet, and then turns out to be this incredible martial artist. So that's always fun too, I think, in comics and things.
What I liked is they learned their lesson from Iron Fist. Okay. So they actually got some people that actually knew, and they actually got some of the actors have actually been in some of the martial artist movies, and they kind of actually learned from that disaster, because I was so hyped when I saw when I saw Iron Fist, but then they just turned into a disaster. So, but
let's not talk about Iron Fist. I mean,
oh, dude, that pissed me off so much.
I loved the comic book Iron Fist.
Yeah, me too.
I don't remember reading Whiny Fist.
Yeah,
No,
dude. I will say this, Steve. Did you like that one episode where they actually wore Iron Fist? And and that was the only good episode. Yeah, it was the only good episode. They acted like
You mentioned this last night.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the only time that he acted like he should have,
Yeah.
And the whole thing about the whole brouhaha about, why does it have to be a white guy doing kung fu? Why shouldn't it be an Asian guy? I'll tell you this. Where I used to work, we had a Beijing office, and every couple of months, some people would come over, and I was famous because I was the blonde-haired guy with the long hair that did kung fu. And this one guy said to me, he said, you're the only person I've ever met in my whole life that does traditional kung fu. I said, really? He said, yeah, it's dead in China.
Wow.
They all do taekwondo, because taekwondo is in the Olympics, and it's a whole national pride. You compete, for your country and your flag and all that kind of stuff. And he said, you're the only person I've ever met that did traditional kung fu. So a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. Yeah, I was surprised me. A blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy could definitely be Iron Fist. What they should have done, though, is I mentioned last night, first of all, put the damn mask on the guy so that they could have the stunt guy do the martial arts. And number two, they should have introduced Shang-Chi in Iron Fist. They should have had him like in the comics when
that would have been a great idea.
Yeah. Dude, could you say him, Luke, Shang-Chi, and Danny all together? Like, oh my God, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been great for the Defenders too. I mean, that was really badly written.
It was.
Mike Colton.
Yeah, the guy with Luke Cage.
Mike Coulter was he was awesome as Luke Cage.
It was perfect. Yeah.
No, it was great. Yeah.
That was not
the weak
link. Defenders anyway. That's Marvel Knights. Good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. But they wanted to make something like
It'd have been too expensive for a TV show to have the Hulk and Doctor Strange and the Submariner, and
dude, I would have loved the real Valkyries. Yeah.
So,
but Shang-Chi did pretty well. They got to say opening weekend with the vid going. So here's the numbers. So 30, 23, 18. So we'll see what next weekend.
I'm still saying this. I think they're cooking the books. Honestly. Yeah. I think they're cooking the books.
It gets expensive. You could buy some theaters out, but I mean that's and we'll see what the reviews have been pretty good by the media. And I think I hate box office. What's it? Rotten Tomatoes, because I don't like aggregate reviews. I like finding a critic I like and following them. But I guess let's see what the audience score is on that. Because most of the movies, the audience score is vastly different sometimes between and that's kind of the tell. I almost don't read the reviews, but let's see what
and remember, if you don't click the like button, this will become the all Wesley channel 24/7.
Right? Yeah.
Shut up, Wesley.
Only you can prevent Wesley from not fighting.
Wesley, yeah. And why didn't Wesley go with his salt vampire girlfriend this last episode that we watched?
I wish.
right.
Because Wesley has no balls.
So yeah, it was finally like, yeah, Wesley finally gets a girl and it's a salt vampire. That was
only
not a
Wesley
good
would get a salt vampire.
We were
That
talking
audience
about.
score is not ready yet. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh wait a minute. Did Jed just mention Bruce Lee?
No, I didn't hear that.
No.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say all hail Bruce Lee because he's still the man.
Dude, Bruce Lee,
Very
he's
much so.
like he is still the man.
He is.
Oh.
I mean, he's.
Yeah.
You know, last night, Jed, I was telling Clobby and Mark that I think it's the 25th or the 30th anniversary DVD of Enter the Dragon. They have an interview with the cameraman who said, I had to keep saying cut. You know, the cameraman doesn't say cut, the director does, but the cameraman had to keep saying cut. Bruce, you got to slow down. You were here, and then you were here. We didn't say anything in between.
Yeah, Bruce moved so fast, they couldn't keep up with him.
Yep.
So that was, I actually talked to somebody that was on the set of Enter the Dragon at one point a long time ago. Yeah. So, and they said what you just said right there.
Yeah.
So
Bruce was the man. I mean, he broke down racial barriers. You know, that I don't know how old you are, because you sound like you're 12.
Oh, yeah, I already know that.
Yeah, but
he doesn't know either.
Yeah, actually, I'm only 5 years away from 50. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
I hate
before
my voice.
Before Bruce, Asian people, and Irish, were the only people that you could not make racial comments about, because if you use like the N-word or something, you'd get your ass kicked. But it was still socially acceptable to make Asian. You could still see it in like TV shows and stuff. You know, they would have sitcoms where they have white people playing Asian guys. And then Bruce Lee came along. Everybody was like, "Whoa, that guy's tougher than Steve McQueen." You know.
Yeah, and he was Kato too in Green Hornet. Yeah.
And he thought up the idea for Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Should have been him. Should have been him in Kung Fu. Yeah.
Yeah. There's if you go onto YouTube and you Google the Pierre Burton Show, there's only one episode. It's a black and white, and it's an interview with Bruce Lee talking about the show he wrote called The Warrior, which they later changed to Kung Fu. And he wrote it, and they took credit for it. Or he
That's a shame.
the idea.
Wow.
They ripped it off from him. Oh, yeah.
Bruce was the man.
He was.
I told Mark and Clobby last night, he was the first one to start teaching non-Chinese Kung Fu. You couldn't even teach other Asian people. It was for Chinese people only. Yeah. And that's where the famous fight where the guy came and threatened him and said, you have to close your school. You have to stop teaching the foreign devils, the Guaylo, or we fight. And Bruce said, all right, let's fight.
Yeah, they got really super pissed at that.
Yeah, but because of him, I was able to learn Kung Fu. And also because of him, martial arts movies became a thing.
Oh, yeah. So such a huge
We
genre.
literally wouldn't have the Karate Kid without him. Like that.
You wouldn't have Jean-Claude Van Damme or Chuck Norris, and you wouldn't have any of those guys. Captain James T. Kirk. No, not everybody was kung fu fighting, because I think Arwen was having a pizza that day.
And then she was watching wrestling too.
She was watching the wrestling.
I was watching Bruce Lee.
Bruce was the man. He was just. And the other thing about Bruce Lee movies, if you watch Bruce Lee movies, like, Chuck was okay. I mean, that guy was a good fighter. But if you watch his movies, it's all the same 3 kicks and then like a couple of crosses, really kind of clunky.
Yeah, he comes walking and he's like,
watch a Bruce Lee movie. He never does the same technique twice.
He's so fast. Yeah, it was just, and he had a great screen presence too. Bruce Lee, his physicality, despite is having a little difficulty with English, but there's something about people that they've got that spark on the screen that they're a star, and then certain people that you think they got the look, but they don't have that presence. They don't carry themselves the right way, and it's just it's a real talent. But here we got this.
I don't think there's been a guy since him that had that much charisma.
Yeah,
there is.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I agree.
98% Rotten audience score. So that's interesting.
I'm like, really?
How many have weighed in on it yet, though?
5,000.
Okay.
I'm
98
still.
Well, we'll wait till
Yeah.
when Clobberin Times, if he ever gets to see it. I'm waiting for Steve Mitchum to see it. Arwen, have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I
Come
haven't.
to Vegas. I'll take it
I
tomorrow.
admit, I was kind of holding
Okay.
off until I heard some reviews. So
Arwen, jump on a
I admit,
plane.
I'm
We'll go
interested
tomorrow.
in seeing it. I won't lie. I'm interested in seeing it.
Okay, yeah, no, I say give it a shot, and then it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk to. What I always love too is you can talk to people and say, why you didn't like it or like it. I heard some people were saying it was too much about the sister. I'm like, well, was Star Wars too much about Leia? I mean, that was a great part of the that was integral to the
Iron
story.
Fist was too much about Jessica
No,
Henwick.
but you want to hear a rumor that I heard? This is a rumor, though.
About the movie.
About the movie, and this is what they'll do down the line. Remember what they did in Iron Fist, where it was all about the chick,
Yeah, it was terrible.
They're going to do the same thing with him. They're going to introduce him. He's going to be around for a while, and then she's going to take over for him. So, MCU.
She was good in it. I thought she was great. So we'll see.
But dude,
what
I
happens.
don't want MCU. I want my heroes.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
MTV,
I know, right?
I thought the movie was great. I loved it. So I thought that fit in with the story. It was part of the story, and
it
made sense with. He abandoned his family and his sister, and then he came back, and then they fought together, and then I won't say what happens in the end, but they leave it open for something interesting. But I didn't think there was anything. I mean, he's in almost every scene too, so I thought it was a team.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm concerned about. I watch a lot of the Chinese fantasy dramas, and I love those. Those. And the clips I've seen of this, who's the lead actor in this? I don't remember his name.
Simu Scoobu.
Okay.
Simu Limu, yep.
He just doesn't, to me, seem to have that. And I'm not talking about the physical look. I'm just talking about that.
He doesn't look like Bruce Lee, for one thing.
No, he doesn't.
Guy's supposed to have, and I just don't see that.
Yeah, Shang-Chi was originally drawn to look like
Bruce.
Yeah.
What I think he was like a combination of Bruce Lee and David Carradine, who were the two big, kung fu guys at the time. Because some of those by who's the artist?
Paul Gulacy. Well, Paul Gulacy, Gene Day.
Yeah, Paul Gulacy. He drew him like halfway between Bruce Lee and David Carradine.
Yeah.
So, but so I agree. That's why last night, when I said that, I don't know if you saw Iron Fist season 2, but they had a guy who fought Iron Fist, and he was a Chinese guy that did Drunken Fist, and he would have been, he would have been great for this.
Yeah. Okay.
The guy's a real martial art. I mean, he's doing drunken style. That's like the hardest style there is. So he would have been a good choice.
Yeah, I guess Punkwell is saying he's good in Kim's Convenience, which is a Canadian show. So for you people up north of the border,
it's on Netflix, dude.
Yeah,
Raquel was telling us about that.
It's a Canadian show. Yep.
Raquel was telling me about that.
Who was on that?
Were you there?
Yep,
Kim's Convenience. It was that guy who plays Shang-Chi, and she said he really trashed. They all really loved the show up there. She was a big fan. They're all big fans. She said he really trashed the producers of it and said a lot of stuff that pissed off a lot of. He's been saying a lot of stupid shit. He alienated a lot of people by trashing that show that people really loved up there.
Yeah, about the Korean community. Korean community there. So sometimes you wish I just think twice before you say something, and if people love the show, it's I have no idea what I've never watched the show, but people are saying he was good in it. But yeah, I think part of it was Katie, the Awkwafina character. She's so funny. I think the two of them together, to address your concern, Aaron. Yeah, he doesn't have that overwhelming charisma, but he's pretty good in some of the scenes. So I think the two of them work together well. Like that bus scene. About 15, 20 minutes in was one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a movie. I think it was just so exciting and well done. So, and I think the two of them kind of work together. I don't think the movie works as well if she's not there as a foil. So maybe that's a fault in the way the character's written. But it's a really great, just that bus scene was just the way the moves and the choreography in that was just so well done and amazing the way that they did. And they did some innovative thing. It wasn't just a straight up punch. He's going through the luggage racks and he's using the poles on the bus, and it was really, really good. Yeah,
I think it's hard at this point to come up with something with martial arts movies that the audience hasn't seen, yet.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Howdy, Zach.
Zach.
I'll go to watch Michelle Yeoh in anything, so I'm excited to go see her in it because I love her. She's amazing.
I still
I hope you don't mean you watched STD.
No, no, that's
we don't talk about Phil.
I can't do that one. I'm sorry. Even I have my limits.
I didn't watch it all. I watched her. I watched every minute. I've watched every minute of it.
He likes to watch.
I'm still here. Yeah, I survived. But
yes, Dad, man, I'm waiting for him to start so we can go play Fortnite. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to sleep anymore. I'm not allowed to sleep anymore. Yeah, but what I wanted to say was
it hit 2 hours.
yeah. We'll stop soon anyway because that pig feels real lonely out there. I gotta get him cooking.
He's gotta go pork the pig.
Jed, don't say that stuff. Come on, Jed, please. I don't want to hear that stuff. Come on,
Jed, you're gonna get his channel taken down.
No, I've said worse. No,
don't say that, Jed, please.
Don't say worse.
I don't want to say that. Hear that kind of stuff. So
welcome back, Dad, man.
Yeah. So but as I was saying, now what was I saying? The something about Shang-Chi. Now
you were talking about the bus fight.
Yeah, the bus fight. Yeah, so the bus fight is amazing, and then the courtship scene between the Mandarin and his wife, to be wife, was just gorgeous. So it's like I've said it on my review, but Arwen, when you see it, and Mike, it's like a courtship, and they're actually dancing, doing kung fu, and I thought that was really, really. It ends up being, there was the chemistry between those two actors was really good, and you could tell there was a spark there, and then the way they performed, and the karate, kung fu became like a courtship dance, so that was really, really well done, and the wire work's not over the top too. So
Chinese people don't dance.
They don't know.
Not mainland China. I don't know anything about Taiwan, but in mainland China they don't dance.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So that was really.
And if they don't dance, they're no friends of mine.
Yeah, men without hats. Yep. So I've got to get up at like 6:30 in the morning. So I appreciate everyone being here tonight and hanging out, talking geek stuff. We never know where we're gonna go, but
we're done.
We got WWE, and maybe I'll play one game of Fortnite, but. After that, I gotta get
He's gotta have his fix. He's like, come on, I gotta get my. Yeah, I gotta have my.
One game, but so I hope everyone has a great Labor Day for those of you that are in the States, and thinking of all our buddies down Mike's area and Pat S. I know it's tough to celebrate, and shout out to Mexican Iron Man. What an amazing guy to actually. To drive 10 hours and bring gas and supplies and everything.
I already talked to Mexican Iron Man today about that. God bless him for helping Pat S.
It had to be more than 10 hours because South Carolina is more than 10 hours from New Orleans.
Yeah, and that's just one way, probably, right? I mean, just so.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a good man.
God bless
Atlanta's
him
for
doing it.
Clobby, are you still out of power?
Oh no, we got ours back Tuesday, but what is annoying? It went up 2 hours yesterday in the middle of the day with no warning, of course, and then today for about 45 minutes. So I'm like they're screwing around with stuff, and which is annoying, but I can't complain considering so many people who won't have. White Renegade was lucky; he got his back today finally. Pat S. Still does not have this. There are going to be people in New Orleans that it could be 5-6 weeks, and Laplace. Which is pretty much decimated. It could be well over a month and a half. We don't know. That's what we're hearing, and I have a lot of family that lives there. So, I got like.
It's also decimated New York. Following what's going on. Like people are dying because they have like basement apartments and stuff, and the floodwater just came in and has killed people.
Oh, they had more rain than they've ever had there in New York.
Yeah, in recorded history. Yeah,
about 50 people died. Yeah, they were showing a video because this is my neck of the woods, and they had a video like a surveillance video with like a basement wall collapsed, and the son had gotten out, but the mom and daughter were trapped in the basement, and they found like they had like 4 inches of air, like I guess just so they could get their head up. And then the son was able to call the dad on the cell phone, who's still inside the house, and somehow I don't know if he broke through the floor or what he did, but he saved. Thank God he was able to save them both. And they were interviewing the mom and the daughter on TV. They thought they were dead. I mean, and the son, one of the kids inside, actually, they had like in the basement you have those fake ceilings or whatever. He said he was smart enough to punch through the ceiling tile, and he just stuck his head up in there. And then he said he called his dad on the phone. I guess the phones aren't waterproof, so he called his dad and said, "I think I'm gonna die, but I love you, Dad, and thank you." I start crying hearing it.
Gosh.
And then he was able to save him. They were interviewing him on TV here. So, but a lot of people didn't make it. So it was.
I saw a story of a couple and their toddler son. He was 2, and being a new dad, it's like I can't think of anything worse than somebody who is just starting their life and has it ended like that. It's just the saddest thing ever.
It's horrible. Yeah,
it really is.
And then, and then my friend lives in New Jersey. His whole house got flooded. Well, not the house. That's horrible, but the basement got flooded. His cars, motorcycles got destroyed. And
I'll bet nobody has flood insurance up there either, because it never happens, right?
A lot of people don't, and then the insurance company won't cover it. So his whole furnace and washer, dryer, everything in the basement. He said thankfully, they were okay, but it came so fast too that you couldn't even move anything out really, because like I started to get a lot of water in my basement. Thankfully, it stopped, before it got to my comics, and I'd moved. Then I ran down, was moving things out. But when it's coming that fast, you can't do anything. It's like you don't have a chance. So thankfully for it was nothing. It stopped. But these people, God, they got trapped in all these basement apartments, and they couldn't get out. And most of them couldn't swim. Not that maybe it wouldn't have made a difference. Because the water comes in, you get trapped in there. So thoughts and prayers with all those people. And you can donate to the Red Cross. And I know Pat S had it was a GoFundMe, and anyway you can ever do a like Mexican Ironman. God bless them to actually go. And go, help someone out, and volunteer and do something like that is amazing. So
they don't even know the things that like our Clobby and I know. Like those people are gonna have to gut their homes because the toxic mold will start growing. They'll have to. The roads will just be covered with sofas and carpeting. And everything that you can imagine. Like they're, bookcases will be gone, and everything's going to be destroyed by water, and they're going to have to gut their houses. The drywall and everything. It's gonna be horrible for them.
you can't save this stuff. You can't. You think you can, right? It's you try to maybe a few things you can wash off, but furniture or anything with fabric or something, and you get that mold and the smell and but it's things you can replace. Most as horrible as it is, but it's human life. I mean, that's something you can't. You hear about that kid, the 2-year-old that got swept away, and the parent was trying to help. Yeah, it's so sad.
Breaks my heart, and I just want to. If Maddie were here, I would hug her even more tightly.
Exactly.
So sad.
So, but like Mark said, if you pray, then pray, and whether you do or not, if you can donate something, a couple of bucks, everything will help. These people are suffering.
Yep.
So, don't want to end the stream on a bummer, but we'll end it on with Mexican Ironman and people doing a lot of good deeds. So that's a great way to I think to think about it. People helping out other people.
We could get Jed talking about wrestling again. That would get us
that'll
I'm only kidding, Jed. I'm only kidding.
Let's go!
They can't. Donate now. We're just going to talk about wrestling. So.
That's it.
We'll be on for another hour.
Scream about wrestling. Yeah, no, that
Jed
was fun.
Will be
Jed. That
on
was
the
fun.
air 24/7 until you donate.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah, I love that. Yep. So, all right, guys.
With you, Jed.
Oh, I know.
So
Jed's good people.
Yep. All right. So
are you, brother?
That's true. Yep. So we'll end on that. Focus on the humanities and people help each other when they're in need. Yep. So
amen.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. People. There's a lot of good people out there that all it's sometimes just the negative stuff is on the news, but you get good people there.
Hail Rex and Iron Man.
Yep. That was great.
Hell yeah, Zax! I saw that tonight, man. Dude, the minute Daniel came out, I marked out. I was like, yes.
All right, so Jed's gonna have another stream right now. We're gonna sign off, but Jed's gonna have a wrestling stream right now. And Punk Waddle, make sure to follow Jed on Twitter. And I'll just give a quick shout out. I know Arwen's got a channel coming up, so I have all the links. I'll have all the links, and of course, Clobberin Times will be on. You'll be on. Well, now it's tonight in my time zone. You're having Labor Day. Comics with Mark C, of course. Yep. So everyone watch that. And Steve, Managed Daddy, I'm sure will be in the chat. I might be there later after the pig roast, depending on how tired I am. But yep. So everyone have a great Labor Day tomorrow. Have a great time and appreciate everyone hanging out. Appreciate you guys, and we're just gonna go straight to the outro because I got to get to bed early and it's already late.
All right, man. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Yep. Thank you. Yep.
Later, bro.
Play this outro if I can find it. There we go. Yep. Take care, everyone.
Later.